Hey, everybody. Hi. Hi, Edward. Hey, Bonnie. Bonnie says, have a great sale tonight. I take that Bonnie's not here. Hey, Mr. Edward, how are you? Good to see you here as always. I'm assuming Becky's on her way. I haven't heard from her. Let me make sure I haven't heard from her. No? And no, she should be getting here, I would think. Let me jump over to Instagram real quick, make sure that she is on her way. Instagram. All right, 1 second here. Well, all right. Well, she should be getting here, I would say. I don't know. She must be doing something. She must be working on something. So good to see. Good to see everybody. I guess it's just Edward I'm seeing. So if anybody else wants to say hello, please do. How was your weekend, Edward? Hope you had a good one. Hey, Geneva. Hey, how are you? Trying to get myself situated here. I don't know. I seem to be disshuffled, and I don't know what my problem is, but I am. Y'all have a good weekend? Hey, I know you said hello, Miss Bonnie. I seen that. I said hello when I first popped in, hon. But I kind of took that as you was leaving because you said have a good sale tonight. So I kind of took you weren't going to be here. So I wasn't sure. Good weekend. Good. Yes, I had a great weekend. I actually took yesterday to get my Christmas tree up and all my Christmas set out. I'll put some pictures out on Instagram later. I just haven't done it yet. It took me damn all day to do it. I was like, my gosh, I didn't realize how much Christmas I've truly had until I started putting it all together. There's our Becky. There she is. Oh, okay, Bonnie, that's great. Hey, Becky.
Just adjusting my volume.
Oh, okay.
Ooh, it's bouncing. You look small today.
I look small. Uh-oh, wait a minute. Hold on, because I had it pushed back. There. Is that better? I look like way back here.
So, it's been a very long day.
I was going to say, you okay?
We've just been moving a lot of dust, a lot of stuff,
Got your bedroom suit?
Yeah, it's in there.
There you go.
It's just all different. So, yeah.
Is it nice?
I mean, yeah. What are we going to do about it now?
Too late now,
We'll
right?
find out by the morning, I guess. But
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, thanks, Bonnie.
No.
This is my little Christmas ones. I tried to sell them. Nobody buy them. So I said, hell, I'm going to wear them.
Sorry, I'm going to eat my dessert.
You go right ahead, dear.
I am to the point, though, where I'm just going to come chat with you tonight, Miss Paula, because
okay,
I was up late. Oh, now I'm going to talk with my mouth full, apparently.
Okay, go ahead.
It's a caramel, too. I'll be here a minute. I'll turn on my tablet.
Okay. Yeah, these are my little Christmas ones. I just put them on. I thought, well, it's time to get into I'm trying to really get into the festiveness of Christmas. It's just, I think I've just been so busy. I was telling them that I took yesterday to just put up my Christmas tree, put out all my Christmas.
Oh yeah. You want to put out the Christmas tree?
Just like, no. Did he give you that look of, are you serious?
I know. He was like, it's in the back corner of Kari's old bedroom that has a lot of things stored in front of it.
Ah.
So I'd ask. Jeff's like, ha ha ha.
Yeah, he's like, real funny, Becky.
Mm-hmm. It was hilarious. Yep. Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it took me, but I tell you something, Becky, it took me, and it's never taken me long, but it took me about all day just to get my tree up, to bring stuff from the basement, because I can't carry everything at one time, obviously.
No, we went to just one of those like
Right.
4 foot, 5 foot little like narrow
Oh yeah.
pines, and we have it sitting up on a speaker stand, for lack of a better
Okay.
word for it. So then it almost touches the ceiling.
Right.
But
that works.
Because it's not happening out here.
You're like, it's not happening out here.
We could put up the silver hanging one. That'd probably be easier even to get out. They're one of those ones that's like they're like a spiral, and then you hang the top middle, and then it's it all hangs down.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of fun. I think we pulled lights up into the middle of it, like when we hung it one year. That's festive too.
Yeah.
So,
that is. Whatever is easiest is what I say. Whatever you feel like.
Say hi to Paula and everybody.
Hi, Mr. Jeff. How are you?
Good.
Not Christmassy, apparently.
No.
Time to get that tree up.
I'll put a star on my head. How's that?
Okay.
Oh man, I still have this weird like glare right here. You see the rays right there?
Yeah.
In front of my hand?
I do.
I don't know what that's from.
Something
because
like
all I have is my regular light on. It was happening with with Trisha last night too.
Is it like the light hitting off of something? That's what it looks like the light's hitting off of something.
I haven't changed anything, but look, I have a halo when I go right here.
You're an angel.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, see? I told you was a good soul.
Yeah. The only other thing I thought is that maybe, where's the camera? The camera is right.
Yeah.
Right there. Maybe it's the cameras. Here. Oh, yeah, that worked great, didn't it? I'll be one moment.
Poor Becky. Well, yeah, she fixed it. I'm going to bring this up a little closer there. She's thinking I was far away. I had it on the wrong setting, too. But you're right, Edward. The holidays are flying by way too fast. I was looking at the calendar. I'm like, oh, my gosh, it's going to be Christmas here in like 2 weeks, 3 weeks. There you go, Becky. That's better. Well,
I mean, yeah. That's it. I mean, what? We're on the 5th already? 4th today.
Yeah, it's the 4th. I mean, it's like, my goodness. I'd like for that to slow down just a little bit. Christmas is my favorite time of year, actually. I enjoy it because of the grandkids, and I just think people act better. And that's why I really like it. People seem to be, most of the time, people seem to be, they're nicer to each other. We should be that way all year long, but some people are not until that magical day. So I don't know why.
Yeah. But there's just a lot.
Mm-hmm. I know. And that's why I was saying it took me, I spent a good 7 hours putting the tree up, bringing things up. Like I said, I can only bring up a tote at a time because they're heavy anyhow. And I'm like, my back was about done by the time I got finished last night. But trying to bring all the stuff up out of the basement. And I'm like,
you don't have anybody to help you bring that stuff upstairs?
No. I mean, I guess I could have got somebody to bring it up when they was over here at Thanksgiving. But, I didn't honestly think about it because I did do that one year. I was like, hey, well, you guys are here. But I just didn't think about it this time. And I thought, well, I can do it. I do it every year, any damn
My grandma used to do that. She's like, as long as you're here.
hey.
As long as we're out doing errands, can we stop at 6 more places?
Right,
Sure.
right. Because they don't get out, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So
I'm going to grab some lotion. I'll be right back.
yep, go right ahead. So trying to tote all that stuff up out of the basement is kind of, and that's kind of a chore all by itself. I was like, good grief. I just think each year it's getting a little harder for me. That's all. I don't know. Maybe I'm getting old. Maybe that's what it is. I think I'm starting to feel my age. But I still did it. I wasn't going to stop until I got it all finished. So it was like I went to a full-time job there.
I shocked myself turning that back on.
Oh, but yeah, I spent almost I did spend the whole entire, I started about 2:00. I didn't get done till almost 1 in the morning. By the time I got everything done, everything vacuumed back up, you know, to make sure I didn't have stuff on the floor. So I wanted to vacuum.
Yeah.
I got all of that done. Then I had to take a shower. It was like 1:30, 2:00 before I got done.
Well, I mean, we decorated the lodge, and everything, you'd think it would eventually shed so much there wouldn't be anything left.
Right.
But there was that fake pine stuff all over the
Everywhere.
floor.
Yes.
Everywhere.
That's what was on mine. I've got this tree and I'm allergic to this tree. When I bought it, it's got that artificial snow look to it. That stuff it kills me every year.
Well,
I start sneezing my head off.
Well, yeah.
I get all congested. And I'm like,
and you know, you move stuff around and you're like, you don't realize there's dust.
Yes.
And then you move something and you're like, oh, apparently that hasn't been moved in a few years.
Right.
I mean, we moved the dresser to plug something in to get an extension cord plugged in.
Uh-huh.
And Jeff's like, do you need the vacuum? I said, that or an archaeologist? Because I was,
yeah,
you know, because you have that space between the foot of the dresser and the floor.
Yes.
And anything that, you know, that pushes down, it pushes that air and shoves it back to the wall. I was like, oh my gosh.
Yeah, it's amazing how much
it's not dust bunnies. You're picking up whole like harems back there. It's just crazy.
It's like a whole village back there.
Yeah. So
yeah.
And yeah. So yeah, it's been a long day. We started, well, they're supposed to be here at 1:30, I think it was. So I didn't get up because I was up with Trisha last night until 12:30.
Till 12:30?
Give or take, 1 o'clock my time.
That was your time. So that's like 3 hour time.
Yeah. And then so I slept in a little bit and then I woke up with a headache.
Yeah.
You know, that one right all the way through down here.
Like a migraine.
Yeah, so I slept for a few more hours. I'm like, I have to get up at least by 11. That'll give me 2 more hours to start.
Oh, wow.
So I still have 1 big tub and 2 small boxes of stuff just to go through.
Okay.
But, you know, it was, well, you have to take all the stuff off the bed and move all your pillows everywhere.
Oh, I know. It's a job when you keep that kind of stuff for that long. It is a job. So.
Oh, I'm not sure I want to know the answer to that question, Bonnie, quite frankly.
Do you know how many pounds of dust the average home collects per year?
Ooh. A lot.
The average home.
Does the average home have 2 people?
Yeah, I was going to say, what's the average home? Is that for like a family of 5 or?
Yeah.
Like for here, I get dust. Don't get me wrong. It's not like my house is dust free, but I don't have a lot of dust because I don't have pets. I don't have anybody else traipsing in and out except me.
Well, it's been a while.
So probably, if I'm guessing for myself, probably, and that's probably guessing a lot. I'd say
no way.
3 to 4 pounds. What'd she say?
30 to
no
40. I mean,
believe, isn't it?
There's no way.
Well, if you think about vacuuming, okay, how much you vacuum
again? I don't vacuum.
Okay, all right. Well, this is why you have a whole village.
No, but see, Jeff used to vacuum all the time,
right?
So it just because he would do it.
Miss Mama Maria. She's like 50 years in this house. Don't think I want to know.
I know. I can't imagine that. I mean, I'm not saying Bonnie's wrong. I just can't imagine that because
A lot.
it's not that heavy.
No.
And every time you move something, it billows up and goes somewhere else. So it's really light stuff and it goes everywhere.
Yeah. I mean, that just seems like an awful lot, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Wow. I wonder
I
what the
don't know.
family average size of it's got to be like a family of 4 or 5. They're probably
Yeah.
talking about, you would
Well, my
think.
mom's right. She's been in her house since I was, well, they moved here before I was 2 and
Right.
then moved into that house, I think right around when I was between 2 and 3, somewhere in there, 74.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
So 48 years almost she's lived in that house.
Yeah.
But, and we've been here since Caitlin was 6 months old. So,
Oh.
and she's in September, we moved in September. So we just passed that mark.
Right.
So that was 98. So 24 years we've lived here.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, the pet hair. Yeah. See, my daughters have pets, and they have the kind of pets that shed a lot of hair. And I'm like, oh my God, I wouldn't have a pet that had that kind of hair in the house unless you're going to brush them every day, which they don't do.
Brush them with a vacuum.
Exactly. I said, suck it off of them or something. Can't believe it.
Mm-hmm.
Because I had that little toy poodle, and they have hair like human hair, so they don't shed.
Well, that's it. We had Lula, which was she was a Bichon.
Oh, okay.
We had her for about 3 years. She didn't shed either, but it's like human hair.
Right, it is. So
I would say my girls shed
more.
with their hair much more than the animals ever did.
Me too. I know I did too. Yeah. Right, Bonnie. Yeah, that's the way to stay up on it. Hey, Jay, how you doing?
It's just not, just not my favorite activity. So
cleaning. Now, see, I don't mind it. I kind of enjoy it. It's kind of relaxing to me, believe it or not. I know people think
I'll pay for you to come to my house once a year, Miss Paula.
I could do it.
Well, we might be able to find you a bed to sleep on even.
Yeah, I could do it. Yeah, I mean, I do cleaning anyhow on the side, so I don't mind doing it. The only thing is, my problem is my back. My back just, I've had 2 back surgeries, so it's hard on my back. That's the worst part for me. If my back was good, I'd be good.
Well, that's it. There's a lot of heavy lifting when you just eventually just leave things for a while. Because like I said, everything that got, go shove this away somewhere. It all went in our bedroom.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So there's just a lot of, I got to a box and I went, well, this is a half of a craft project that didn't get put away,
Right.
And then the next box down was clothes that were that Taylor didn't want anymore.
Mm-hmm. Oh.
Have them in my room.
Right.
So, we've donated a whole bunch of stuff just out of this is probably the cleanest our room has been, other than Jeff took out the paneling since we moved in.
Wow.
Because it had paneling. So they took that off and then painted it all white.
Oh,
gotcha. But all he did was take out all the stuff, paint it, and put all the stuff back in. So it wasn't we didn't ever, organize it.
Right.
So,
right. Yeah.
Ours is just always the last one. That's just how it is.
Oh, yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yep, it is. That's like the last room you actually worry too much about. All right, Bonnie, where you live at, Bonnie? Where are you at in the mountains?
Right.
I'm wondering where she's at. She's saying she lives pretty close to me.
Oh.
So if she's in the mountains, I'm wondering, is she in Georgia mountains, or I can't remember. I don't remember where people live. So unless I talk to you all the time and know you, I don't remember everybody. So that's why I always have to keep asking where everybody's from.
Yeah.
Too many people.
Tennessee.
Yes. Yes, you are close to me. Harriman.
Well, yesterday I went from, because we live in this little pocket. We live nestled up to the Rocky Mountains, and then we live just south of the Monument Pass, which it's not a pass, like a top of a mountain.
Right.
But it's a big enough hill that the weather won't go over it very easily, and it holds weather to us. or it keeps it from us and holds it to the north.
Huh.
So when I left the house, it was 24 degrees at 9:30 in the morning. I got over the Monument Hill, 30 minutes north of us.
Right.
It was 45.
Dang, that's
Yeah.
a big difference.
It was a really big difference.
Wow. Yeah, off of I-40. I know where that is. You're in East Tennessee. I'm gonna have to try this next time I'm up that way, Bonnie. I just might reach out to you and just
Right.
meet up with you, just to see you. I am up in that area every now and then, not often, but every now and then I'm up in that area. So yeah, I could come help you out, Bonnie. I would do it.
I thought it was great when my grandma got a housekeeper in her 70s. I think it's when she got it. I was like, that's awesome.
That is. There's
But
nothing
who wants to clean the toilet anymore at that, you know?
right. I mean, you're just like too far down there.
But my grandma Berg kept an immaculate house.
Right. I used to really be really too clean, I was told. But I'm not quite that clean anymore.
Well, you know.
I mean, I'm clean. I just don't worry so much about it like I used to. Like when your kids are younger, you know how it is. You're trying to keep things germ-free, keep things clean for them.
Clean dishes, clean clothes. They had
I mean, it's constantly,
food to eat,
you're cleaning when they're
beds to sleep in, clean restrooms.
Yep.
Other than that, all the rest of it just kind of goes by the wayside.
On your own. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Bonnie. Yeah, I would do that, Bonnie. If I know I'm going to be up that way, I'll contact you.
So, yeah. I don't know.
Yeah.
It makes you sad then, because I'm like, oh, well, this was all that work.
Yeah.
How much more work is that going to be, and this going to be, and that room down there going to be, and
yeah, if you just kind of knock out a room at a time, then you'd be all up to date.
Mm-hmm. Well, and that's why we gave ourselves a week, because they're like, we can deliver it tomorrow. When we got the bed, we're like, oh no.
Don't you dare.
Nice try, but no. So, but yeah, they had to go. We have a chandelier. I have a chandelier here, and I have a chandelier in my front walkway. And then king size bed just goes, like, barely fits between the chandelier and the wall.
Oh, wow.
To come out the front door. These 70s houses were not created for king size mattresses to come in and out of them.
Not at all. They were not.
Actually, it's not even the 70s. I think it was built in 61.
Right.
So.
Yeah, those were smaller rooms they made. And like you said, real sharp corners. You know, they didn't think about moving. Like the biggest bed would be a full-size bed that people had. They didn't get queens and kings.
Yeah. Know? And then there's a full-size closet in the master bedroom.
Right.
And it's got two sliding doors, but at least 3 feet of the closet is behind the wall.
Exactly. I know. Yeah. So you got to kind of like reach in there and dig out whatever you're trying to find.
Yeah. I'm like, it's not usable space. So, I mean, and I don't hang very much of my clothes.
Right.
I mean, I hang them, hang them on the floor normally. But now it's all in a dresser and like a couple things hung in the closet, and that's it.
Good.
But now I'm like, where am I going to put my sweaters? Because I don't like these hanging, because then, you get the
you get them little
corners from
get this.
the real 90s look. Yes. They're big shoulders.
Right.
Yes. So I'm not quite sure where I'm going to put those yet, but everything else
good.
Put away again. So it's a process, and I'm glad we gave ourselves at least a week to work through it, because there's still more to do that we just shoved to the side and said, okay.
Yeah.
Because Jeff's like, well, we can see if this works or that works or something if we wanted to keep it. I said, no, we don't have time for that today.
Right.
Today now it's moved, the big stuff just got to move.
Right.
So we have another pile of donate out there. We have another pile. 3, 4 more bags of trash to go out. Like the big grocery bags. like at Walmart or Target, the big long ones are like 2 feet long.
Yeah.
We use those big bags. We use those for trash. So,
Okay.
and those are heavy. I'm like, oh, this should be fun.
Yeah. Start telling what's all in there,
Mm-hmm.
you know. But like I was telling you, my mom, same thing when I was up there. I was like, Mom, you got to sit down and go through these. She stuffed all her stuff in her dresser drawers. Well, my God, the drawers was weighing like 100 pounds. And she was like, it's got to be in there in that dresser drawer. And I'm like, where at amongst all of this mess?
Yeah.
I'm like, Mom, why are you keeping things from 90s?
Yeah, there's not even much paperwork that's even necessary to keep anymore.
That's what I told her. But, you know, she's still in that old way of thinking that she has to hold on to everything. I'm like, you don't have to do that. Yeah. Well, I do. And I'm like, okay. What was that?
Loud car. So this is the back side of our house on this side, right here where the bookshelf is. And then it goes down to a ditch, which is a big a waterway, spillway for drainage. Oh, okay. And then that goes up to a parkway that's 3 lanes wide each way. So somebody was using their lead foot to show off their engine. So I don't know if you could hear that or not.
I didn't hear it.
Yeah. Wow. Enough that makes me go like I'm gonna go look at it or something, but you know.
It just got your attention, yeah.
Yeah. So occasionally we hear the motorcycles, the trucks with their air brakes, down, you know, lower gear, going to lower gears, and then a few of the sirens. But other than that, it's really not that bad.
Right.
So nothing that really ever wakes us up.
Yeah. I don't say nothing wakes me up. And that it could be, I'm not even that far from the street. Nothing wakes me up. Once I'm asleep, somebody could come in here and carry off the whole house. I would not hear him.
Yeah, no, I'd be up in a few minutes.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm a very deep sleeper.
Well, yeah, I don't know. Well, we'll see. Hopefully.
Maybe you'll do some deep sleeping now.
Maybe. So, you know, we got clean sheets on. We got all the pillows back on. We got the comforters back up there. Yeah. And then Jeff goes, what are we going to do for dinner? And I'm like, I don't know. If you want to go to Panda Express quick, sounds like a plan. But I got to be on with Paula in an hour. So he said he tried. It was really busy. So I had about 15 minutes, ate some chicken super fast, and here I am.
Oh, wow.
Oh, my eyes are so itchy, too.
Are they? Oh, from all the dust and stuff. Yeah.
And I wear contacts, so you know, that's the habit is not to itch my eyes, but oh, man.
Not to scratch them, you mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep. So, I mean, it's just been a week.
Yeah. Well, you've been busy. You're always busy, though. So this was like something added to you, you know.
Well, at least there wasn't like a whole bunch of other things going on, you know.
Well, that's good.
So.
Yeah, you probably would have really been stressed.
Oh, yeah. We could never have done it. I would have been like, no, we're not getting a bed till there's nothing happening.
Right. Right. So how was Trisha's sale last night?
Basically what we waited for anyway. It was pretty good.
Yeah.
We had people, you know, it was all right. Pretty average, pretty normal.
Gotcha. Did you sell all your pixies?
No.
Oh, you didn't sell your pixies?
Didn't. But that's okay.
Well, you can sell them tonight.
Oh.
No, you don't want
invoice.
Oh, okay. Never mind. We'll do it next weekend. You can do it next
weekend. I mean.
No, I don't want to force you to do anything.
No, I mean, what I was going to try and do was take what's left of the Christmas and take it into my booth tomorrow.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. Yeah.
Not that, you know, pixies are probably not going out there, but because I'm afraid they're going to disappear.
They would.
Honestly.
Yeah, they would.
So,
oh, wow, Bonnie, you was up with them, huh?
Yeah, I mean, that's what I'm saying. We were up, I don't know what, like I said, I think we were shortly after midnight here, 12:20, something like that. So we got through everything in 4 hours, basically, you know, some chatting at each end, but it wasn't a super fast sale.
Right. Yeah.
So, but yeah, it's always good to hang out with Trisha and
Oh yeah.
chat a bit and
Mhm.
talked about what everybody's watching on the new Netflix series and or whatever series is that are on right now.
Right.
You went to bed at 2:30, yeah.
Yeah, great.
So I think I was in bed around 1, give or take. So because
Right.
we get to chat behind
Right.
when we still have a connection as
Yes.
live, and then for a little bit before I got
Refreshing.
off with Trisha. So
Yeah.
I mean, she's so much earlier,
I mean,
much earlier.
so much. I know. She
Mhm.
always likes to rub that in.
Mhm.
We like stop
Yeah.
rubbing it in, Trisha.
Yeah. And she's had snow and cold. She said it's been
Really?
rough up there. They've had a lot of ice and snow. She's like, I just don't go anywhere.
I don't
Well,
blame her.
you don't have to. It's easy. It's great that way. So,
Hey, Marilyn. Good to see you.
yeah, there was a lot of people that were like, oh, I'm going to bed.
Nice.
Which is fine too. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. A lot of times people can't last that long, That's
Well,
a
I couldn't if I were on East Coast for sure.
right. Yeah. It's
I
a
don't
long.
know how some of the East Coasters did it when we were up until, I don't know, the first time I think I was on with her, I was awake until 4 a.m.
Yeah. Yeah. I was
Because
gonna say
we were
our
just
sales
chatting.
3:34.
Yeah. And I'm like, and that was like 6 in East Coast. I was like, oh, you've just been up all night. I can't function.
Yeah, I know. I don't like that either. I can't stay up that late.
Yeah. So then I woke up at, 6:30. I was like, oh no, not having any of this.
Right.
Went back to bed. So.
Wow.
But yeah, but it's been accomplished. Today's task has been accomplished. It's here, it's done, delivered. They were basically on time, which is nice. So you're not like waiting for 2 hours.
That's nice when they are on time.
Mm-hmm. I know, that's it. I went downstairs. Jeff's like I was going. I went downstairs to get a blanket. Jeff was asleep, had us on the big screen. I was like, Trisha, we've done it again. We're making everybody go into sleep.
Marilyn fell asleep. See,
Mm-hmm.
Everybody fell asleep. Yeah, that happens. I mean, a lot of times, a lot of people do doze off during our sales, just because it's late for one thing on the East Coast.
Mm-hmm.
And people get up a lot earlier, or some people get up early. And
well, yeah, for Sunday. I mean, if they have to go into work on Monday, yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that's for a long night. Makes for a long night.
Yeah. So, well, how about this? If there's anything, if somebody's looking for something or wants something, knows we've had it up before, wants another chance at it, if they put something in the chat. Otherwise, I think I'm gonna just bow out for tonight. I mean, I'm fine with sitting and chatting, but
you don't have to do that. You need to go finish up your old papers. You're like, what? No, Paula.
Yeah, Jeff pulled out a box out of the closet. I'm like, I said, what is that? It was behind a door.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, I think it's this, or I think it's part of that. And I said, well, I just don't think I'm going to be sorting much more today.
Yeah.
So
well, you can do a little bit each day, and you'll soon be through it.
My Carmex is all the way up. Spins in my pocket. So yes, you did, Marilyn. Good job. Thank you.
Good for you.
But yeah, I didn't do any invoicing today because the main objective was to get that room done. So
right.
And it's weird because still the whole hallways are both empty, and then our bedroom is it's empty in my opinion.
Right.
It's just an odd sensation.
But you're gonna like it once you get everything to where you want it. I think you'll like it. Not having
we have to refigure out like side tables.
Yeah.
Because we put the bed on a different wall.
Oh, okay.
So there's there's no good wall in that bedroom or bed.
Right.
Because one wall they put in so where there's a porch on the back of the house, and they put in an extra room that like sticks out from the back of the house.
Right.
And they put in a full-size door on the one wall that didn't have anything on it.
Yeah, why would they do that?
Yeah.
Makes you
So
wonder,
there's
like, what are these people thinking?
Yeah, so there's the bathroom door, and then there's the door that turns in on the same wall as and you can't even get a bed between those two doors, let alone, a
Right.
nightstand or even a lamp next to it. So that wall's out.
Yeah.
There's barely enough space in between the door and the closet. You would overlap the closet.
Yeah.
The next wall has a window and a heating vent underneath it, which is where we've been. And then the other one is, Jeff's got like 18 inches between his side of the bed and the wall.
Oh, geez. That's
So,
a small table.
yeah. Well, and then I have about 16, 18 inches before the door frame. So I'm going to have to find something else different to put there.
You have to get something about that. Whoops, I'm the wrong way.
Yeah.
That wide. Not much wider than that.
It's nice. It's nice empty. Okay, honey.
It's nice empty. Right? Yeah.
It's different. It hasn't been like that in forever. So it's different.
I'm sure. I mean, if you're not used to it, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But I think you will like it once you get it arranged.
I'm just hoping to like the bed. Like, I don't want to make that such a huge purchase all the time, all the energy, get it in there, trying to figure out how it'll work. And then you go, oh, I don't like this bed. I mean, I don't want to do that.
Hopefully, you're not. Now, what kind of a mattress did you get? Is it like a...
it's on a frame. The frame has like the head goes up.
Oh,
so the mattress is flexible, and it's got individually wrapped coils.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
And then, like, I don't know, 3 or 4 different layers. There's a cooling layer in there, and a this layer, and a that layer. And we didn't get the mattress top. Right. Because we weren't a fan of that specifically before. So, and we got a medium, so it's not firm, but it's not soft. So it's a medium density.
Right.
So it's squishier than we're used to, but I'm hoping that'll be good for like my hips. When I lay on my side, you get up and you're like, I can't believe the bed hurt me.
Oh, it will. Yeah. If you're sleeping on an older mattress or something, I know I could tell when I was like, God, I'm gonna have to get a mattress, because I could tell my hips would kill me. I'd get up out of the bed and be like, I couldn't hardly walk.
Yeah, that's how it was. So, but I mean, we took all the sheets off and you're like, holy cow. It was like, whoop.
Yeah, exactly.
You're like, how did that just get so bad? So, I mean, so fast. I mean, I don't even know how long we had that. 8-10 years, give or take, something like that.
I think they say now the mattresses are only good for like 8 at the most.
Yeah, he's saying that if you take care of it, maybe 10 to 12 years by, using a mattress cover. Because, skin and oils are the things that break down the mattresses the fastest.
Yeah.
So, but I mean, they're just ridiculously expensive. I just can't believe it.
Yes, they are.
So, yeah.
Like 2 punch bowls. That's funny, Jeff.
Yeah.
Like 2 punch bowls. That's funny.
And when if you flip it, then I get his side or he gets my side. It doesn't help any.
Right.
It's not like you can rotate it, because it's not a square mattress.
Yeah.
Adulting stinks sometimes. What can I say?
Yes, it does.
So.
Yes, it does.
But my friend, she said she had a waterbed. She said, I loved that, but her husband didn't like it, so they went to something else. So she's like, now if I go to replace it, she said it cost me like $3,000 to get another waterbed.
Oh yeah.
And I'm like, oh,
I wouldn't want a waterbed. Those are. No. I didn't like them back when they came out, and you had to make sure the heater was always on. That was the other thing, because it'd be cold to sleep on them things unless it's warmed up.
Yes, my parents had one in the 80s, and it's just like a giant pillow of one person got on, the other person was
exactly fly right off.
Yep. I remember my mom, we had the garden hose all the way in to fill it up.
Yes. And
we got to burp the waterbed.
Right. And then I remember a cat had gotten on this one person's waterbed with their claw and just put the little pinhole in it, just enough to ruin everything.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh my God. And they didn't know it, of course, until, it's nice and wet. And then they get in there
Yep.
and it's got a lot less water.
Yep.
I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah. And then they went to like the water bed like inside the mattress frame on
Yes.
one half. So like one of them had a water bed and one had a regular bed.
Yes.
Because two twins are basically a king. So
Right.
Jeff had a water bed when he was in high school too.
Mhm.
But
that's when they were popular back then.
Yep.
But
earlier in the 80s. That's right. She couldn't get out of it when she was pregnant with my brother. Because
I can imagine.
that mattress goes all the way down into the side. You go to roll out and you can get stuck between the water.
Down in there.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
I was not a fan of, I just didn't like them. I don't know. I just didn't care for the water. But I'm like, this is not fun to me.
I mean, it was great fun as kids. We'd sit on the bed. My dad would pop it and we'd fly.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's fun for that.
But no, I just remember them filling it with a garden hose, and then I don't remember how we drained it though. I guess it must have been the same way.
I think it's
kind of as siphoning it.
Yeah.
With the hose too.
Yeah, there's some kind of hose that hooked to it, if I remember right.
Yeah.
And that was where you had, and then it would get down to where it was so much still left in the bottom that it never ciphered it out.
Yeah. Yeah.
That was a pain.
Yeah, no.
To me, they were a pain.
Yeah, Jeff likes to sleep hot, so he had the heater on and an electric blanket on.
Wow.
So yeah, we are extremely opposites. I need to be cool.
Cool. Yeah.
And yeah.
And he likes to be toasty.
Mm-hmm. So he gets all the blankets in the summer doubled on his side. Yeah.
He's like, yeah, this is great.
Just like, don't touch me, it's too hot.
That's right.
That's why we have a king size bed. It's just too, you gotta have some space. So, but yeah, it's crazy. Who would have thought that it's like going and shopping for a car practically?
Oh, it most definitely is. Yeah. I mean, it depends on what you want to pay, but you can pay some outrageous money for them.
Yeah. Hi, Jeannie. Well, yeah, the second place we went to, the guy's like, hi, how you doing? Da, 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 da. He starts spewing all this stuff and saying all the things of what's what. And I was like, I looked at Jeff and I was like, here we go. Here comes the used mattress salesman,
Exactly. That's about it.
Mm-hmm.
King size waterbed. Yeah. In
the
80s.
That's what my parents had. Yep.
Yep. Sure was.
So, yeah.
Well, they can keep the waterbeds. I don't care.
No, I'm fine with that. I'm just hoping it'll be comfortable, because they're like, well, what kind of bed do you want? I'm like, listen, I have slept on so many beds across this country the last summer. This last year, I can tell you by sitting on the edge of the bed whether I'm going to like it or not.
Oh, you can tell that way. That's awesome.
Oh, yeah. I'm just like, no, yes.
Oh, so you sit down and go, nope, this isn't it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, there you go. That's good. That's a good way.
Yeah. So the only thing I've noticed about this so far is it's considerably lower than our bed was. So you have to get up to get out, which they're usually so high you kind of fall off.
Right.
So I'm like, okay, well, we'll see. That's a little different. But
well, at least you won't have to fall in case you fall out.
I don't generally fall out of my bed, but thank you.
I have fell out the bed many times.
Oh, well, I'm not saying I haven't.
I sure have.
I'm just saying I don't usually.
Well, I mean, I don't want you to start falling out the bed.
Uh-oh.
Yes, I haven't invoiced you, Gina Marie. Don't worry, it's coming. Patience. It's going to take patience. Trust me. It'll be there.
Well, shoot. If they're willing to pay for it, you might as well send it off.
Yeah, I know.
Sometimes it's just a matter of getting it all organized and ready to go. So
yes, that's a lot of it. No hurry. She's afraid that she gave me the wrong info. I got your info.
Yeah,
So don't worry about
well,
all
I
that.
mean, I have one from from the 17th of November that hasn't paid for, but that wasn't from here. So
Oh, huh.
I'm like, okay, well, I'll let it sit for a while, and then we'll go from there. And eventually, if they don't, I'm not, you know, I have enough things to do. Me babysitting unpaid invoice is not what I feel like I need to do. So,
That's right. I remember you. I didn't know that's your YouTube name, but yeah.
oh, there you
On
go.
whatnot. That's right.
Good morning. Wake up with the rooster. Does
Wake
that
up.
mean you're a morning person?
Might be.
This
Good
is a
to
little
see
more the night owl group, but
you. Right?
at least I am. You're a night owl and a morning person, though, aren't you?
Me? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I am.
No, thank you.
You won't, Gina. Don't worry about it. You worrying too much. I'm not worried. Don't
Right.
worry.
Well, Mom just asked me today, did my Santa come? I said,
Did
yes,
it?
Ma. It
Thank
did.
you.
It
Yes.
came Saturday
Thank you.
morning. Yesterday
Okay.
morning. It was Jeff put it inside when he went out. And I
Good.
did a double take because I was like, that's exact. I said, is that my box?
Yeah.
I didn't ship that box because that's how mine look with all the eBay tape around.
That's how yours look too. Yeah, I wanted to make sure that it's
Yes,
yeah, that's what I use.
because
I
my friend kept using her credits from her stores and bought a whole bunch of eBay tape. And then she stopped doing eBay 2 years ago.
Nice.
And
Yeah,
she's been clearing out and giving me bubble envelopes and padding material and eBay tape. And I'm like, well, I'm
that's
going to
awesome.
use up that stuff first.
That's some good tape. I
Yeah.
like to use it, especially when I'm trying to reinforce a box that may be on its last
Uh-huh.
leg.
Well, I
It's really
usually go all the way around it. Like I seal it and then I make sure it's sealed both directions.
right.
Just because I don't want it to, the box to pop apart.
Exactly. Right.
Mm-hmm.
So I like to reinforce it with that tape. So I got one pack free one time because I had enough credit, but
Mm-hmm.
now I paid for it. So
Oh, well, I have a small box of it. I think I'm on I think I have one or two packages left. I think they came in packs of like 4. So 16 came in a box.
oh, nice.
And I think I just opened the third one. So, because
Well,
she's always
good.
like, you need more tape? I'm like, I'll take it. I'll use it eventually.
Yeah, take it because it comes
So.
in handy. I'll tell you. Hey, Delbert.
Oh, hi.
You may fade fast. You took some cold medicine.
Well,
Oh no.
well, sleeping is good. It'll help you recover too, though.
Yeah, that's true.
Mm-hmm.
The more rest you get, the better.
Well,
it
that's what I
helps.
told Jeff too, because I'm like, you better take some more allergy medicine because he gets wheezy with all that
Yeah.
uh,
Dust.
dust. Yeah. So and he sneezes like crazy. So, but yeah. So anyway, your package came. Like we talked about it the night before, and it was there first thing in the morning.
Great.
I haven't gone through it all because I didn't want to put more packaging material everywhere.
Oh,
But I
know.
knew it should be in there what she wants. So.
Oh yeah, what she wants is in there, and a lot of stuff that there's some stuff that you bought, but the rest of the stuff it's just.
I was like, that's a big box.
Merry Christmas to you, Becky. Just look at it that way. Merry Christmas. Paula just sent you a nice big box of stuff I've been collecting for you.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Yeah, it sounds like Delbert's got a cold.
Oh, I think there's a lot of people.
There's a lot of.
I'm hearing that a lot of people are sick. I have not been around anybody who's been sick for months, so I haven't seen people sick.
It's pretty rampant here. I do know that.
So. Mm-hmm.
I
mean, and maybe it's because I'm not around kids too. The younger, even the high schoolers. You'd have a lot of kids in and out.
That's true.
But we haven't seen much cold. And Jeff, since he doesn't work in the bookstore anymore, like he used to see lots of the students in and out all the time.
Oh yeah.
So I think he's exposed a lot less.
That's
to
good.
different people coming and going. So he's in an office space. So he's not exposed to all the people all the time. So
that's good. Yeah, Gina, that's nothing to play with. That isn't.
Mhm.
It can make you feel pretty bad.
Yeah, well, his
No.
little cousin's baby got RSV.
Oh no.
So, but he was premature and a tiny. He's little for his age. So,
Yeah. Yeah.
as far as I know, we've heard that he's doing well and recovering pretty quickly, considering. So,
Well, there's somebody that I heard that had that too, and there was a lot of babies was getting it, and
uh-huh.
that I was thinking North Carolina is what I want to think. I was thinking it was, but I could be wrong.
Oh wow,
I don't know for 5
5
weeks.
weeks ish.
Yeah,
Wow, that's
yeah.
awful,
It's
Geneva.
a flu that is going around here. I know it gets people down pretty bad, and it takes them a while to get over it.
Mhm.
And I'm like, God, please don't let me catch that. I don't
Yeah,
want to catch it.
yeah. Knock on all the wood
Yes, not.
everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, lots of vitamin C, lots of D3 and zinc. I hear is a great way to help
Yep, it
boost your
is.
immune system.
Yeah, I take
So
all that stuff. So
so
to
even
try,
if you're not sick, those are great things to take.
it is.
So
That's right. I take them all the time. I have to take the D anyhow because of my I'm always like dangerous level of no vitamin D. And
well,
so
I think Jeff takes that one too because he's worked in an office for so long. Like he doesn't. There were a lot of hours a lot of days he just was never outside.
right. Right. And and it didn't matter how much I'm outside. It just for some reason my body don't retain it.
Oh, okay. Well,
I
yeah,
have to
there's
take
that.
like 50, I have to take 50,000
Oh,
milligrams every 10 days.
that's a lot.
Yeah. And I'm like, I don't know why. I have no idea.
Yeah.
Well, thank you, Gina Marie.
Right. Did you get some of Kari's earrings, those light bulb ones?
Uh,
Did you see the one? Did you see them?
Now was that today or was
Uh,
that
she had
last week?
them. She had them on Miss Pat's last week, and she had them on Whatnot today. They're like life size, like outdoor light bulb size,
I don't
but
think
they're an acrylic that when it turns, it reflects and is iridescent. Reminds me of some of the 80s iridized stickers and stuff.
I don't think I got those from
They
Carl.
were really cute and they looked really lightweight, but I'm like, just make some smaller ones.
You don't like them dangling. Yeah.
Not anymore. It's just
Yeah.
hurts my head more than
Too much
anything.
rattling around up there.
Yeah. hmm Yep. So I haven't even yeah, I haven't pulled out any earrings for a while, especially those old Christmas ones.
Right.
So yeah, they're pretty neat looking.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to because if you turned it one direction, you could like see through it, but as the light would reflect on it, it would go from an orange to a pink to a
I didn't
yellow.
see that.
Yeah, they were an acrylic.
I may have to contact her just to see if she's got. Did she have more of them?
Uh-huh.
Okay,
She
good.
had them. I mean, I don't know if I can't look on my Whatnot because it's on my phone,
Yeah.
but they were in her Buy It Now section. So I don't know if you can access
No.
Buy It Now if someone's not live.
You can. Yeah.
Okay, so I wonder if she'll leave that up. But I think she had some in Buy It Now. She had a couple of her pins
Uh-huh.
that she's been taking pictures of the pins, like the old vintage tins that are round with the graphics,
Right.
and making like the 2-inch pin, like
Oh.
the button pins that we used to wear in the 80s all over our jackets and everything. So yeah, different way to enjoy the vintage that
Yeah.
way too.
I
And
love what she comes up with. I mean, I think
so
it's awesome.
yeah.
It is. It's
Yeah, and
pretty
she did a show last night up in Greeley. It was on from
Was she?
4 to 8, I think. So yeah,
Nice. But
she's been
doing
busy.
great. She does great. She's going to do just fine.
Mm-hmm. Yep. It's a busy time of year for anybody who's a
Artist.
crafter or oh darn. Speaking of which,
Uh-huh.
they had a local craft fair at the high school up here, and it's one of the really big ones. I usually get there at least, one afternoon of it.
Right.
Well, didn't get there today. Didn't even cross my mind.
Well, that's because you had other things on your mind.
I would have rather gone to the craft fair.
She is Gina Marie.
Oh, thanks, guys.
She
Yeah,
is.
she's telling the story about how she did the jumping spider picture. Apparently, she rescued it at a Target.
Oh. She had an actual spider?
Yeah, she rescued a spider. It was in Target. She was afraid somebody would smush it. So
Oh.
she got it in her cart, the shopping cart. And she's like, it'll be okay. And took it all the way outside so that they could. She's like, I thought about keeping it as a pet. I don't think Puds would like that very much. But she was like taking pictures of it and looking at it really up close because in her artist mind's eye then is looking at all those details, and then she created the print that she has because she has like the bee and the moon and the jackalope and now this jumping
Now,
spider
I've
one.
seen this big thing that she made that was real colorful. I don't know what it is because I haven't mentioned, but I've seen it. It's very colorful. It looks like 60s colors. Very divided up. It's cool, whatever it is. But I don't know what it is. I just kind of seen it in passing. I'm like, well, I have to.
Is it like panels, like all in one page?
No, I mean, this is like huge. This is big. This is really big.
She does have one of those really big printers that prints like 3-4 feet wide. And she can do like, I don't know, however many feet long and then do sections on a wall, like an installation. She did somebody's logo like that for them and did like a whole focus wall for them in their business.
How cool is that?
Yeah.
Dang.
Gina Marie had a pet spider.
You had a pet spider, huh?
I mean, let's see. I saw that decorated horse. Yes, her dollar horse. Uh-huh.
Yes, that's it.
Oh, is that what you were talking about?
That's what she's, yes. That's what she had.
So she did ornaments that are about this big. Actually, mine's out in the car. She gave me one yesterday.
Well, now this is at least 4 feet wide.
Yes, she said she made a full-size one that was almost 3 feet tall and probably 3 foot or more wide. And I don't know what she made for the frame of it, but it's really cool. So
it is.
Back a couple years ago. So, okay, let me go back again. Those like cities and stuff that have had like blank shaped statues, like the buffalo and the horses and the bears and Snoopy and stuff like that. And then they've had a contest to artists to design what they look like, and then they put them around town, different places. I don't know if you've had that anywhere where you are.
No.
Okay, so like Camp Snoopy up in Mall of America, they had Snoopies everywhere that people had designed.
Right.
There's a town in Kansas that has dollar horses because they're the little Sweden.
They probably have something in Atlanta. I'm just not.
Probably. We had a bear, like a grizzly bear exhibit that came through Colorado once.
Nice.
The cows. Remember the cow parade?
Yeah.
They did the cow ones, and in South Dakota they had bison everywhere that they decorated. Anyway, a Lakewood, one of the subdivisions or small towns up in Denver, did a contest for artists to do renderings on the dollar horses. And they only had so many that they awarded to people, and she applied for it because I guess they have a Swedish Institute hospital up there. So, and it's the national mascot of Sweden is a dollar horse. So then I guess it finally dawned on her. I've already designed this. I already have it.
Right.
I'm going to make stuff out of it. So they look really cool.
That's cool.
So yeah.
Yeah, I'll have to contact her about that stuff.
Yeah, I have. I don't think I brought it in last night, Jeff. I think it's in the car. She gave me a suck it button too.
Oh, did she? Yeah, I found my button. I'm like, there's my button.
Yep. Nice, MJ. They're really cool. I'd like her to make them little for earrings.
Right. Exactly.
That would be really clever.
That would be.
Hi, Helen.
But the ornaments sound nice too, though.
Yeah, they're about 3 inches by 3 inches, and they're on a corrugated cardboard. So she laser cut the cardboard and then printed the pattern of the horse and then hand cut out the paper and then put them together.
Oh yeah, wow.
Mhm.
Yeah, I'll have to contact her. She's got to show me some
Yeah,
stuff.
earrings would be awesome.
Yeah, it would be.
We could brainstorm a whole bunch of stuff for Kari to do.
That's right.
Honestly.
We can, can't we?
Yeah, we totally could. I mean, it's like me having all those craft projects and, oh, here's beads for this and this for that. And you're like, oh, I wonder where all my cookie sheet pans go.
Uh-huh.
I have 2 upstairs in my back craft room, and I have at least 2 in the basement
There you
because
go.
I start using them for crafts so that all the stuff doesn't roll off
That's right.
when you're working on them.
And then you go, oh, that's where my cookie sheet is.
Yeah. One of those projects is like the curly ribbon barrettes.
Uh-huh.
Have
Yeah.
you ever seen those? Yeah.
Yep.
So I made those for the girls' volleyball teams and basketball teams
Uh-huh.
in the school colors.
How
So
cool.
yeah. Then what's left of it's just all up there in the box with the ribbon, and
Yeah,
I could
maybe
make a million more of them if I wanted to.
I was going to say, maybe you can craft. Do some
Yeah,
crafts.
that's what I really need to do is craft.
Yeah, like
I need to make earrings.
yes.
And I need to get some keychains ready because I have a bag full of like those pewter
Oh yeah. Uh-huh.
things, but some of them, they're not on keychain rings. So I have to just sit and do some more
Gotcha.
of that to put those together.
Did you get any earrings together? You?
Did I?
Did you?
Not since I last talked to you, no.
I didn't know. I just
I
asked.
got my bedroom together.
I know.
That's what I did.
You're like, Paula, I got my bedroom.
Oh, nice. I love
Oh wow.
those utilitarian things because then you can use them and enjoy them, and it's not just something that's going to sit up on your shelf.
Right.
So that's awesome, Bonnie.
That is.
Mom has a friend, one of her high school friends up in Minneapolis area that we visit.
Uh-huh.
She has a stained glass doll horse napkin holder.
Ooh.
And I'm like, if that ever disappears, I can guarantee you it will be in Colorado. Come on and
Say, don't turn your back.
come on to Colorado and try and take it back home with
There
you.
you go. That's right.
Mhm. So yeah,
How cool.
it's nice to be able to have things that that you can use in a regular everyday life that you're not worried about them breaking and
Exactly.
stuff, and you can enjoy them.
Absolutely.
So yeah.
Yeah, I hate getting stuff that you're afraid to use because
Well,
I mean, it's nice to have the nice things. Don't get me wrong, but it's just like if you can't use it more than once a year.
I'm guilty of. I don't want to use it up. I don't want to open it, and then it ruins it.
Yeah,
Cool.
no, I'm bad about that too. Yeah,
So I'd rather just keep it nice in the box or in the
and
container.
never use it.
But
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah, they
Very
are
good,
really neat,
very
MJ.
really good.
But they're big too. I would say they're almost.
Like a light bulb. You're saying like the old light bulb.
Yeah, I would say they're
wear
almost a 2.5 inch
I would wear 'em.
piece of acrylic, and then they dangle off a little bit. They probably wouldn't hit too much, but they would be.
I don't mind big earrings though. It doesn't bother me as long as they're not heavy now.
Yeah, the heavy I can't do anymore.
Yeah, I can't.
I
do
just don't like them hitting my neck.
Hitting your
When I
face.
turn and they go whack. I don't like.
Your face.
Yeah,
You're
I
like,
did
don't
that
like
enough in
that.
high school and college. I'm like, no, I'm good.
You're
Mhm.
like, I don't want to be hit in the face.
Yeah.
Nice.
So,
I'll have
and
to
it's just
contact her.
it's a struggle to find things like that people have made that you're not worried about breaking them or finding something useful to do with them and stuff too. So
Yes, it is.
yeah, and that's why she's done those mini frames, those mini prints.
Yeah.
Because then I guess there's a mini print artist community where they've even like exchanged artwork, and
wow.
then they do like a collage with all the different artwork, and I mean you can get 12 of them, 9 of them in a
Right.
12 by 12 frame practically because they're just so small.
Yeah.
So then you have a lot of different artists work that way, and they've been doing the swaps like that. That's kind of fun.
That is. That sounds fun.
Mm-hmm.
That's good that she's got talent. Like I don't have talent like that, but I'm
Well,
glad somebody's got it.
which I tell you, I don't know where I mean, Jeff can draw.
Yeah.
I can craft.
Well, there you go.
Kari can art.
Yeah.
So,
So maybe she took both of that from you guys, and then she was blessed with her own gift.
yes, she has definitely got a gift. Hi, Mitch. Yeah, Mom, she does. She has, but she's got a really neat, kind of like my big bookshelf over here,
right?
because it's got like lots of shelves. So she can put up a lot, and then it's in her kitchen, so she sees it a lot. Like it's in a main area. So it's not. My house is a tri-level. I feel like I'm always like not seeing what I want to, like if you display it in the living room or in the dining room, then you're never in there.
Right.
Then you never get to look at it. So I'm like, well, I might as well have some of it up in the bedroom because then I can at least enjoy it.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that.
So, yeah.
That's what I say. Have it wherever you want to put it.
But she has a split level. So she's got some more bigger living areas.
Yeah.
So she sees it, coming and going all the time.
Right.
So.
Well, you just have to make a trip through your house. You can see all yours. You're like, I'm going over here now because I want to look at this.
Yeah.
I got to see it.
Yeah. I mean, it got rearranged a bit. There's a few holes back there. A few things have gone off to shows. So
right.
I had some of them displayed for a while, and now I'm ready to pass them on, and they can go. They can go on the next time around.
Keep things for a while. Now, there's certain things I won't let go. Like Fenton, for me, it's hard to let go. Certain pieces. Some of it I can let go. A lot of it I don't, because that is my favorite glass. So
yeah,
I keep a lot of it, but I do sell a lot of it too.
Yeah.
Depends on what I come across.
My favorite piece of Fenton is my Viking ship.
Oh, you like your Viking ship?
It's amazing.
Yeah, it is pretty amazing. I have to admit.
I don't know if you've seen those before or even.
You showed it to me, did you?
Probably. But it's big. I mean, it's not a common piece. I've seen 3 of them in my lifetime.
Can you show me? Or no? Is it too difficult? Never mind. Show me sometime. But I was thinking you showed it to me. I don't know.
I think I have at some point. I mean, you could probably, let's see if I go the right direction. It's way up there on top.
Okay.
So where the red and white is up there?
Yes.
It's right on the corner.
And no, I hadn't seen it before I seen yours. And I haven't seen one like live in person.
Yeah. Like when we came across it, Mom was like, you better buy it because I've never seen it in person before. And I was like, yeah, you're probably right.
Yeah, I've never seen it in person.
So, and then we found another one. And I paid a little bit for it, but and then there was one at Brass Armadillo in one of those big cities. But they had it so high priced, it wasn't even something I could. I mean, you'd make $20 on a, 150. It wasn't worth picking up.
Yeah, tying up all that money for a little bit of money back.
Yeah, Mom's like, now glass is a whole different stuff.
She got glass everywhere. So do I. So do I, Miss Mom.
Yep.
I have everywhere also because I love glass. Period.
Yeah, and she's got a neat back living room space because they built a big deck off of our house, and then they enclosed it. Because and then it's got windows all the way around, so you get morning sun and afternoon sun, and it's really nice for displaying glass in there.
Your house looks like a glass store. I bet, Miss Geneva. I told Miss Geneva the other night, I said, just stop it, Geneva.
Hey, I'm pretty sure mine looks like a glass store too, just because it is.
Because it is a glass store.
Yeah.
She had this real pretty piece that she's always showing the pretty pieces she finds.
I know. I was seeing some of Geneva's stuff the other night on Instagram. I'm like,
and I told her
holding out on us.
I said, stop it. I mean, every time I turn around, hey, Angel.
Hello.
Hey, good to see you.
Yeah. Yeah, Geneva still sees a lot of glass in her part of the world.
Yes, she does. Yeah, she finds a lot of it. actually.
Yeah. So I mean, I did. There was an auction the other day that I got a few pieces at. That's all still out in the car because,
No need to brand it in there yet.
right?
Right.
I'm really thirsty. I didn't drink much today.
Well, you're probably making up for it.
I know. Next thing you know, I'll be going somewhere else to make up for it too.
Yep. You'll be going, well, Paul, I gotta go.
I'll be like, Jeff, come on up and entertain the people.
That's right. Put him in your place.
Here, I'll show you something that I found though. I was like, where did this
Okay.
come from? And then I remembered where I got it. So
Okay.
it's not my normal pickup. It's one of those old
Ooh,
velvet, like
Yeah.
Victorian.
I like that. That is.
Look at the latch on it.
I was gonna say. No, is this a photo album?
Yeah. I mean, make sure. Usually the latches are broken because
Right.
people don't.
Know how to open them for one
Yeah,
thing.
they don't take the time to open them correctly. Speaking of which,
Good to see you. Glad you made it. We're chit chatting for a little bit. I haven't started showing anything yet.
oh, there we go. Okay. So the book isn't like fantastic because here's a page that's coming out, but it's got pictures. I mean, like
Oh,
these
their
guys'
pictures. Oh wow, their pictures are in there.
Yeah, they're in the pages.
Oh, cool.
So lots of times people just take out all the pictures because that's the big thing right now.
Right.
Is they just want to sell the pictures, which is probably what I will do. But the book itself, and these are like this one was taken in St. Paul.
Holy cow! And is
So
that tin?
No, it's it's
Some
cardboard.
cardboard.
Yeah,
Oh, that's really cool. I like that.
but it doesn't say like anything on it. Like, so I feel like I need to be on the Suspizio show at some point.
That's right. You do.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I'm like, this is really cool. And I
That
had, not that I'd misplaced it, I just hadn't realized I had unpacked it. This one. So maybe I can do some of it during my 12 days of Christmas.
Yeah.
Look at her dress.
Oh wow! Isn't she adorable?
She's all lace.
She can't be no more than about 3 or 4.
Yeah. Because she's standing in front of a settee kind of bench.
Yeah, so she's either that or real short.
Right? And again, yep, St. Paul. I think a whole bunch of these are out of St. Paul.
Wow. Isn't that something?
So, I mean, I did buy it in that, in that area. Oh my God.
Great, Lucinda. I'm glad. you're there.
Nice. Wait till you say this one.
Oh, her little muffin.
and her hat and her fur coat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That looks like that she comes from a family of wealth.
I would think so, to have that many pictures of her. Yeah.
Exactly.
So
yeah.
So they had this
something on it.
What's that?
Be great if you could find some information, but they don't have no names.
But there's nothing written on the back, like family name or anything.
Right.
Yeah. Now here's some of those. I don't know if they're tin or they're. Oh, I feel like I'm gonna rip the pages. They don't want to come out. Okay, cooperate, please.
Talk to it, Becky. Work with me.
Normally I'd like lick my fingers, but you don't want to do that to these pictures. Okay, let's try this one. They're like a slot, and then if the picture gets up in there crooked, it breaks the page. Now these, I don't know. I don't think they're tin, but
are you sure?
Yeah.
Okay.
But look at her.
Look how cute.
Baby carrot.
I mean, that's like 1800s, all those type of pictures.
Well, maybe this is, yeah, that's on the middle plate.
It is? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it looked like it was. Well, that's cool.
But
That's a
yeah,
great
there's,
find.
I mean, the front section is like bigger pictures, and then the back section is like 4 to a page. Oh my gosh. Yeah, they had a reasonable price on it. And I'm like, well, even if I sell the pictures at a couple bucks a pop, but look at the sleigh.
Oh, wow. Isn't that something?
This
Yeah.
is very Victorian to me.
Very. Yes, it is.
So,
Yeah. I mean, and even the mother's dressed out, so they come from money.
yeah. Yeah, Mom used to, they had a Victorian house on the southwest side of Minneapolis, St. Paul area.
Uh-huh.
And they would do what, a jubilee or something, Ma, and dress up in full costume for
Right.
like the parade and the days, and they do um uh house tours and everything like that.
Huh.
So yeah. But there's no,
It's a royalty sled.
so unless this is like their name right here.
Well, it probably is, Becky. Yeah.
Well,
Wouldn't you think?
I don't know, because
What
unless
was
it's the name of the photographer.
Yeah, no, it could be the photographer too.
This
But
one was taken in Monroe, Michigan.
Monroe, Michigan.
Yep. This one says steel on the side of it. So
That's
I
what
thought
I
I
was getting ready
saw.
to tell her, Lucinda, to research wealthy families in that area, like the St. Paul, Minnesota area.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, and they could have even had if they had money, they could have had the photographer come up to them.
Well, this is true too.
Yeah,
they had money. You can tell by the pictures. I mean,
Yeah.
gosh, their clothing.
Oh yeah, look at the sleeves on her.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And
They
that
definitely,
rattan chair.
man.
Okay, so here this says whatever hill. So on the back, the photographer says Hill
Oh,
Portrait.
okay. So
So
it
that's
is.
just the photographer's name that's
But
on
you
this
might
one.
be able to maybe research that. I don't
Out
know.
of Monroe, Michigan.
Monroe, Michigan.
Yeah, ground floor studio portraits.
Like you said, that he may have went to them. I
Yeah,
mean,
that
Michigan,
too.
Minnesota.
Yep, that's what Mom used to call it, the Steamboat Jubilee.
Dressed you in the Victorian baby clothes for it.
Except for my Pampers, I've been told.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
They weren't chancing that, Becky. No cloth diapers.
No. Now here's a little bitty one that they cut out.
Wow.
So yeah, so then this album, I don't know, I kind of feel like somebody would rather have the album, like without, I'd rather sell all the pictures individually.
Oh, take the pictures out and sell them
And then that somebody might want the album.
Right. I think the album's cool. But you
I
never
don't know how much more you want to see, but Jackson, Michigan. They must have lived in Michigan first and then moved to Minnesota, because those are the older pictures of the Michigan one.
On the back of it says JG, what was it? I think Lucinda was going to look it up.
JG Hill?
JG Hill.
And then this is the big Hill Portraits. And then it said what? First.
I can't see what that
Ground floor studio portraits in Monroe, Michigan.
Wow.
And that's what this says here is the JG Hill.
Yeah. Yeah, so they're the photographer.
Yeah. And then
the collectors want the entire album.
Really?
I would think so.
I didn't know that. Yeah, this one was another one that was TW
Swim.
And then that's out of St. Paul as well. Really, I wouldn't have thought that the collectors would want the entire album.
Yeah, because it's the history.
Oh,
Because
okay.
I mean, as wealthy as they are, and they probably are a Victorian family.
Yeah.
Kind of goes along with that album.
Yeah, I guess.
She's like, yeah, I guess.
I just know that most people right now are selling them individually. So I kind of just.
Oh, the pictures themselves you're talking about?
Yeah.
Well, you do what you want. I mean, you're fine.
I'm very well aware of that. But look at these siblings.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
So yeah, A.H.A. Seymour, photographer, and this one's out of Jackson, Michigan.
So that's Jackson, Michigan.
So yeah, I mean they're kind of migrating across the country too. Then
Yeah,
so,
exactly.
oh yeah, oh my, ooh, that's just so cool.
You would make more money if you sold them separately, says MJ.
Well, see, and that's number one. I figured I could at least,
Mm-hmm.
look at
Oh,
her.
look at her. See?
Look at the lace
That is adorable.
and her shoes.
See, that's what I'm saying. They had money.
Mm-hmm.
They
That's
probably are Victorian folks.
Palmquest and Jurgens, and that's out of St. Paul. Now, here's a name on the back of this one.
Oh,
Is it Vera? Verah. C.
yeah.
Godfrey. Age 2 years and 10 months.
Now, what's her last name? Godfrey.
Godfrey. Godfrey.
Godfrey. How about there
Yeah.
you go. That's your beginning point. Now you have homework.
Oh man.
You probably can trace them.
Thanks a lot. Now I have another project to do.
Well, but it'd be kind of cool though to look them up and find. Wouldn't it be cool though to find out some real interesting stuff?
What would be? I mean, but there's no date though. I mean, it has her age, but there's no date.
But okay, but you got her name,
Yeah.
so you can date it back.
Look at her though. This is probably like her grandmother or something.
Oh yeah, definitely. Oh, she looks like.
And it's what it says, Grandma. HUNKHUNH.
Hey, something like that. Grandma
Yeah.
Hunk? Or
Grandma Hulk.
she looks like she's a strict one.
She looks very like what'd be the word? Like the pilgrims or I don't know. She looks quite proper at the very least.
Very proper. Lucinda said she just found a James Hill, who is a wealthy, famous businessman at the turn of the century in St. Paul.
James Hill. Well, that looks like the photographer at least.
So maybe he made money off of him.
Right?
It made him rich.
Mm-hmm. I think there are a few tin types in here.
Yeah.
What I'd like is, I wish they would have written on the back. These are like the calling card size ones.
Right.
And they didn't write on them.
I know. That's really odd. You would think
It is kind of odd.
Yeah, that they didn't put names on them.
I mean, and then there's these itty bitty ones like this that are stuck in there.
Right. Yep.
And this one actually has something on it. It was folded in half at one point. Korence.
K-O-R.
Korence.
Yeah.
Car. Henry's daughter.
Huh.
Oh, I'm just going to show you this.
How cool is that?
But you can also see you can see that bend in the.
Oh yeah. Yep.
Like it's almost like it would just pop in half.
Yeah. That would be James Hill, who was involved in railroad building. Very well known.
See, now mom is way into all the history, and that would make sense. I mean, I wonder if he was the same as the photographer, or maybe he had relatives who somebody had a photography hobby, and
yeah, that's true too. Yeah, if it's actually his album, you never know.
Well, and what I don't know too, then for that matter, is did somebody just get a whole bunch of old photographs and just shove them in this album?
I doubt that. I think these people are too high up there for that.
Oh, well, here we go. Here we got Godfrey again on the back.
That's a name.
There we go. It's handwritten on there. So Godfrey's the last name.
Godfrey is definitely the last name. Now that says artist B something. Bigelow.
Is that BR or brother?
Yeah, that could be.
Oh, my camera doesn't like focusing there.
I see that. It's like jumping in and out, and I'm like trying to keep up with it.
And that's out of Grand Rapids, Michigan.
So there's something to do with Michigan too.
Yeah. I mean, hello.
Hey, nice to meet you.
Now, I don't know how the trains ran, but they ran that northern route out of St. Paul all the way over to Washington, I think.
Yeah.
There was a line that ran there.
There could be. If you look up Godfrey,
Mm-hmm.
that's a wealthy family. Guarantee it.
We had friends of ours here in Colorado Springs when I was a kid. He was a photographer. His name was Godfrey. That's kind of ironic, I thought.
It's not that hill. I looked at the pictures on his family.
Oh,
tree,
okay.
They look nothing like this.
Hello.
He's descendants from Gilbert Godfrey. You never know.
Like I
Never
said,
know, Gilbert.
okay, I'm gonna try and get the glare to go away.
Yep.
Oh man.
That's like late 18, early 1900s right there.
Yeah, I mean they're really pretty cool.
Yeah, they are. That's a great find, I think.
Yeah. So
It is. It's a great find.
I'm picturing all these photos with a loud voice now because of Gilbert Godfrey. See, and for me, what I go to is his voice of the bird in Aladdin.
Ah, there you go. Yes, nice meeting you. Welcome.
Yes. Normally we have a sale. Tonight, I guess we're just hanging out and looking at old photographs.
Yeah, usually we're selling things.
Right? Oh, did somebody say like the kids ones are more desirable?
Oh, I don't know. Did they?
Oops, I just totally missed that. I don't want to do any action. I just want to look up further. Mm-hmm. Oh, Victorian baby clothes. Oh no, that was it. Never mind, not that comment. Too far back.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah, Geneva saying very desirable with all the cute kids.
Yeah.
That's what it was.
Oh, okay.
So
Nets V Blog 21. Oh, you're talking to her. Okay. I was like, what the heck did Lucinda find? That's the person that came in.
from the Philippines, working in Hong Kong. Wow.
Nice.
Okay.
Nice.
Oh, this one has. See, that's the thing. You gotta take like every single one out to look at the back. Look at these boys.
Oh, wow.
Now it says left is I don't know if it's short for his name. Gus A. Godfrey,
Mm-hmm.
Curtis Louis, PG Godfrey, and never mind. Center is Louis Godfrey, and the right is somebody else. They're all Godfrey boys. The brothers.
It's something to do with Godfrey.
GEOW is his middle name, and then ages 5, 6, 5, and 3.
Yeah.
Here, and this one has a date, 1861.
There you go. See? How about that?
Huh. Out of this is one out of Monroe, Michigan.
Wow.
They look a little bit like they weren't happy they had to stand still for the pictures.
No. Because it used to take forever for them to take a picture.
1861. That's like really close to when my first relatives on my mom's side came over from Norway.
Nice.
So my grandma my grandma King was the first. She was the first to be born in America from her side that came from Sweden. And she was born in 1912. So they came over even later in the grand scheme of things. So yeah, I'm third generation American from my dad's mom. And then I think on my mom's side, I'm fourth or fifth generation Norwegian American.
Right.
Our family hasn't, 3/4 of my family hasn't been here very long at all.
Wow. 150 years old. Exactly, Marilyn.
Yeah.
And that's with their own little kids just by that date. I got a feeling those other pictures are early 1800s. Sweetness.
I was just at IKEA yesterday.
Wow. Yeah, she's wearing a real meat coat.
Yeah, look at all the layers.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Her purse and her gloves and
Yeah,
everything.
they definitely are from money, I'm telling you. They have money.
Yep. But
Definitely.
they didn't, not enough to write on the back of their pictures who they were.
Hey, they may have been illiterate, but they have money.
And that's what else I went to. I went to a Swedish Swedish
Oh, look
crafter
at
up in
this.
Denver yesterday.
Look what your mother found.
What she did? New
Minnesota
Minnesota Historic Society. 3 boxes of Godfrey's papers.
papers.
Wow.
1859 to 1945.
Okay.
See?
Well, what does that mean though, Ma? Like,
I
is
don't
that
know.
the same one you were saying was a railroad? I guess, in the long and short of it, it would be kind of fun. I know that Sue, which is really fun,
Yeah.
they make up stories about them and stuff. But if we took an album
And actually
and
found
tried to
some.
figure out where they were,
Yeah.
and like people could Google it and try and like get the
history of them.
history and the lineage and know where they
And
are.
see, that alone goes a long ways with that album and the pictures and the whole thing, the history of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Father, I don't know if it's an SOFFERS or somebody wrote that in pencil. If it's a G or an F.
Looks like probably, well.
I think it's an S, but I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Some cursive I can read, some is still really hard.
Yeah.
And this is out of Monroe, but he's the father. He's either a father or he is their father.
Right.
Which,
Yeah.
That's a pretty simple
it is
outfit he's got on.
He might be a grandfather.
Mm-hmm.
They're like, here, take the handy-downs. We're wearing the best stuff.
Well, I mean, I started watching that series, like the families that built America or stuff like that. Man, that's amazing history.
It is.
And how they're all intertwined.
She's saying
that's kind of what I was thinking, Geneva. Geneva, I found these up in your neck of the woods, just saying.
That's where you research the family, not the hills, whole genealogy. I jumped.
Yeah, a whole genealogy project.
Yes.
Yeah. Research the family. Because the Hill is the photography company or studio. Gosh, they don't like coming out of the albums, though.
Yeah, they've probably been in there forever.
Mary Paxton.
Now, see, somebody started putting some names on them. Paxton.
But this is even older.
Yes, it is.
Because it's got some water damage.
Yeah.
And I think it was cut off because this isn't straight.
Right.
So the photography place must have been cut off.
Mm-hmm.
Hello, RCA.
Hi, RCA. Thumbs up, ma'am. Support from...
Oh, from the other person that was in the blog from Thailand.
Gotcha. Okay. Nice. Well,
yes, I remember they did that. They took a whole box of letters and read through the the progression that the letters were read.
Uh-huh.
Look at the babies.
Oh.
Oh wait, this is Jerry?
Yeah, I would say.
Or Guy.
Guy.
Guy. Look, it's baby Guy.
Baby Guy.
And that's, again, Hill's art photography out of Monroe, Michigan. Look at just the graphics on the back.
I know it. Isn't that, I was noticing that on some of the mothers. I thought it was pretty cool.
Okay, well, yeah.
RCA, I got a VCR named after you. Delbert.
And this, oh, I know, man.
Hello.
That's the third one, so you're aware.
Yeah, I know it.
Oh, this is Guy a little older.
Oh, see?
So there's Guy as a baby.
And then Guy when he's older.
And then Guy a little bit older. Now they're still in, it says, this is a different photographer, Mock, M-O-C-K, photographer and crayon artist out of Main Street, Lima, O. So would that be Ohio?
Oh, no, I wouldn't think so.
Lima.O.
Well, Lima is, yeah, maybe they didn't use OH back then.
Right here. It says Lima, O.
Yeah, I guess it could be Lima, Ohio.
Mm-hmm. And again, it's got the photographer's name right here, Mock.
Yep. Yeah.
Oh. I don't know. It's almost more fun just to look at the back of the pictures.
They're from the Philippines.
Yeah.
Or Hong Kong, one or the other, and they're just in saying hello. Yep.
Hopefully they're just being polite.
They're just being polite is what I'm thinking. Yeah. If not, we all know what to do.
No, he didn't put his name on this one. Look at that facial hair.
Whoa. That's not even. Good Lord, man. For somebody who had money, you could at least get a decent.
Get a mirror. Well, maybe it's just his cheek. You can't see it on the other side.
Yeah, but it doesn't look even though, does it?
No, it really doesn't. What's the word? Are they like?
Yeah.
Look at the graphic of the photography stuff.
Isn't that cool?
Yeah.
That's really cool.
Is there a term for the group of people that were super religious?
Oh, yeah, there's Quakers. That goes way back. There's Quakers and
no, she's opposite of him on the same page, so
yep, it's probably the wife.
Yep.
More than likely.
Ooh.
Amish, yes, Amish.
Yeah, I'm thinking like before that.
Yeah. That's what I'm thinking, maybe Quakers.
I'm also thinking before that, kind of like way back, like Salem kind of times.
Oh.
What did they call that group of
Salem witchcraft people?
Yeah, but there was like a group of settlers or pioneers or whatever that had I'm tired, obviously.
No, that's fine. I can't think of it, but I know what you're saying, Becky. But that could be.
Yeah. Puritans there, that might be it. Yeah.
There you go. Very good. MJ and Lucinda both said at the same time.
Right.
So we need you guys.
Right. This is a quiz, whether you know it or not.
Hey. Yeah. Because me and
Now
Becky.
this one really reminds me of the Victorian times. Because her hair is up like the Gibson girls.
Yep.
And then the high neck collar.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this is very much reminiscent of the late 1800s to me.
Most definitely. Yes.
But again,
I have a feeling that album goes back like early 1800s forward.
LeClaire, Jackson, Michigan.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Yeah, Puritans might be it because this lady's got a weird head. She's got a different kind of head covering.
She's got a weird
She's
head.
not weird. It's just not traditional, I guess.
Oh, yeah. Well, she looks like a gypsy there.
Oh, wait. It says Mother Lollie, Lollie, Mother Pester, Mrs. Hayes, Detroit.
Mrs. Hayes, Detroit. Lottie. That's Lottie.
Lottie? Lottie? I guess so.
Lottie, mother's sister. Yep. She was a mother and a sister.
Oh, I got you. So maybe she was mourning with that kind of a head covering.
That very well could be. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Very well could be. How cool. But yeah, there's a tie there to family that's spread out in Michigan because there's too many places there in Michigan.
Yeah. There's a lot of really neat. They have the young kids in their really fancy clothes, and then there's the tintypes that Some of them almost look like the Roaring 20s, I have to say, but I guess fashions come and go.
Yeah.
All right, let's get this one out. See if we can get this one to show up.
Oh, wow. Look at that. Isn't that cool? It's like a bed on wheels. That's what it is. My goodness.
Yeah.
That's adorable.
So that's the back of it. It's
yeah,
just
that's at 10. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's cool.
So I think that the other thing that's really highly collectible is this must be the same, but well, I don't know if it's the same stroller or not. It's a different angle.
Yeah, it's a different, it might be the same. Well,
looks kind of like the same from the front, like the little footboard thing.
Just they have a pillow instead of an umbrella.
Yeah, she has the umbrella on that one.
Yeah, so probably the same one.
Or pram, excuse me.
Those are huge.
The military ones in the tin types are go for some money. Yeah, like the Civil War soldiers and stuff. Yeah.
Can you imagine trying to keep a little? No.
Right, because they have to sit still.
Yeah, because they really had to keep them entertained. My gosh.
Yep.
That's cool.
But I don't see anybody in military dress.
Right.
So.
No, they just had a lot of money. Basically, you know.
Yes, they're big. They have those big tires.
Yeah.
On those little.
I know. Don't know why. I mean, strollers. I guess that's just what they did.
Well, because wheels were still, new.
Still new to.
Yeah.
I guess. I don't know.
The bigger the wheel, the more money you have. I don't know.
That's true. Yeah, that's the one I'm thinking is early, maybe late or early 1900s. I mean, late 18, early 1900s.
Yeah, I think that might be even older because that little kid was 1861.
Right.
So these ones should be older than that.
Yes.
So maybe closer to early 1800s.
Could be. Yeah, that's what I'm
thinking. Could be like over a 200-year span of family.
Most definitely.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, you're going to have to do some research whether you want to or not because now we got to know.
Oh, okay.
You know?
Mom's good at that.
Uh-oh, Mama Maria. I see a project coming your way.
She likes history.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, we've gone to every history thing that there is. I mean, she was a teacher. Come on,
Yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Mama Maria, if you would, since Becky will do it for me, I want to know about
all those pages. Probably the middle third or this little bit right here are all 4 to a page each side.
Wow. So, that's a lot of pictures too that they just let go.
Well, and unfortunately, I think lots of times is that the families get to the point where they die out. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And there's no one else to pass them down.
Oh, Becky won't want to share anymore because she'll be afraid of the homework. You're right, Geneva. You're right.
We might need a really big snowstorm for that, and then I wouldn't have Wi-Fi.
Right. Then she'd be going, well, I can't do it now.
Yeah. But I mean, it could be really interesting.
I'll sponsor an Ancestry and me subscription.
Well, I mean,
right?
It's interesting because I did that DNA test. Have you ever done that? Yeah. I've done that through Ancestry.com. And I think Jeff's went through the Ancestry and Me, or there's like 3 companies. So
the 21 and then the DNA and the Ancestry and Me, right?
Ancestry and Me or Ancestry.com?
That's why she's saying Mom likes it. I know what she's doing there, Mama Maria.
But she does. She enjoys doing research like that, and she gets totally into it. Oh, and I'm not saying that it wouldn't be fascinating because I think it would be very interesting. I'm just saying I'd have to add it to my long list of things
I
that I
know.
find interesting to do, and it would probably not get done.
23.
20, yeah, 23andMe. That's what Jeff says on. Yes.
Hey,
Thank
Kathy.
you, Kathy.
Hello.
And oh, you found another
See?
sister?
How about that? Now, is this from your dad's side
Ooh.
or your mother? I mean, I'm just curious now.
I mean, there's that guy, what's his name? Curiosity Inc. He's found 2 half siblings off
Really?
of Ancestry DNA.
Oh, wow.
I've been getting, because I think I did mine, I don't know, 5, 8 years ago now. And every year they give you an update. So you don't have to maintain a subscription to get your DNA updated. So every year that they get more people doing samples, it becomes more and more specific as to what countries and what percentages you are.
Well,
And it
that's good.
changes. It's amazing how it fluctuates
Yeah.
because they're getting more and more better information each time. So it should be getting more accurate as they go.
My dad, on her dad's side, before he met my mom,
Oh, wow.
to somebody, and you know what happened.
Mhm.
And she gave the baby up for them. Yeah. Without telling. More than likely,
Mm.
that's probably what happened.
Wow.
Interesting, huh?
So
That's amazing.
in the last couple months, I've gotten a couple notifications saying, we've found a blood relation to you that's either a second or third cousin.
Wow.
And I'm like, well, okay.
Okay then.
And it's probably on my dad's side of the family
How cool,
because
Geneva.
we didn't know much. I mean, we know lots more on my mom's side of the family.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Well,
and
that's
then one of the neat things that they did is they broke it out into 2, like these DNA, this
D.
section of your DNA is from your mother, and this
Right.
section of DNA is from your father.
Oh, so they split it up like that.
And what's interesting for me about that is that I know my dad's mother was from Sweden,
Right.
and my dad's father was here in Missouri. Their family's been here in the Missouri areas where they came from since the 1600s. And my mom's family, both sides, came from Norway in the
Right.
mid 1850s. So I figured all my Norwegian would be here and all my Swedish would be here because she's from Sweden.
Right.
Yeah, I have Norwegian on this side and Swedish on this side.
You got it.
Because
It's up.
each side had it.
Right.
So it doesn't even matter anymore that you've come from a country.
Right. It doesn't.
You're still not 100% that nationality.
That's right. Now, what did you do to find? Which one did you do?
I did the Ancestry.com.
Ancestry.com. Okay. And see, Kathy's saying, but in Europe, in Europe,
Really?
some countries.
Why on earth would they do that?
Why? I mean, it's like, what are they hiding?
Well, I mean, we all know that there's so much of that intermingling between, we talk about Viking heritage.
Yeah.
Because they raided and went to England and France and then and the Middle East.
They got around, Becky.
And discovered America before anyone else. So
too many
for
people find out they
privacy,
got siblings they didn't know about. Well, yeah, privacy. I mean, gee whiz.
I get it, but you know what? I mean, quite frankly, we're probably all related, and
we are
obviously in some level.
We are.
And I think some people wouldn't guess how closely that they are related.
Exactly. That's exactly. I don't know. I think it's kind of cool.
So,
it's fascinating to me.
It is.
Any Danners in your line? Donovan.
Donners?
Donovan. Yeah.
That I don't recognize that name. I don't have people in Michigan. Mine were Wisconsin and Minnesota. That's where mine were. Minnesota.
You said it just like them. Minnesota.
I've been around the people at the lodge a lot lately.
Yes.
And then we were just up at the Swedish thing. That Swedish group, I found out that you have to speak Swedish to be part of this women's social club.
Oh, Lord.
I was like, I have never felt I mean, and this is going to sound really, really super. I've never felt like such an outsider.
I'm sure. I
Because
mean, I
I'm
think most
like,
people would be.
I was like, wow, the only qualification is you have to speak Swedish to be in this club. I was like, huh, wasn't
Wow.
that interesting?
Yeah.
Not Michigan, Missouri. Oh, in Missouri?
Missouri Danner is what she's saying.
Okay.
Danner.
See, that's my king side.
Oh, okay.
Well, yeah, that's my king side. So it's more, all the kings were on that side.
All the king's horses and all the king's men.
Mm-hmm. It goes way back. That goes way back. Jeff Scott, because one of his relatives was part of the Mormon church. So they did a lot of genealogy research.
Right.
And on his mom's side of the family, they have theirs going back all the way to one or two people coming over on one of the original Nina Pinta Santa Maria ships.
Uh-huh.
And then on his dad's side, they have somebody coming over to Plymouth Rock.
Wow.
So
it'd be your dad's family's line, the Danners.
Well, what's funny is that my dad's first name is Dan, but no.
Oh, no.
I'm not familiar with that last name at all. So
yeah, I'm wondering how she's coming up with this.
Yeah, I don't know. Because from what I understand, it's all king. Because I know when I started doing the genealogy stuff, that was the quarter of my family tree that I knew the least amount about.
Right.
So it's all, the only thing that changes is their first name. They're all Monroe King. So it's like my dad is Dan Monroe King and Jess Monroe King and so Monroe King. There's generations, 10, 12 generations of so Monroe King.
How about that?
That went back on that. So.
Wow. Interesting.
Wow. Yeah, I mean, it's also, mother-in-law's last name. Got it.
Oh, me. So I just thought I'd ask Ron as we were talking about your dad's family. Gotcha. I got you. Okay. Yeah. Misunderstood you.
Supposedly that side of the family's claim to fame for mine is that, so during the Civil War, there was a general, well, he wasn't a general, he was a civilian. He led a group of militia, which was local raiders that weren't part of the military. Quantrell, ever heard of him?
No.
Okay, well, he was not a really great guy because he was working outside. He didn't like how the military had rules to follow during the war. Yeah. Pirate Viking. I got that. Yeah, I got the Viking pillage and plunder vibe from my family too. But yeah, one of my dad's relatives at 16 ran away and married Quantrell because they hid him on their farm. They were working with the South, but they would burn, pillage, and plunder in the name of the Confederacy, but they weren't part of the military. And they weren't sanctioned by anyone, and nobody had any control over them.
So they're just some hoodlums out here riding.
Yep. and they never had kids. So she never had any children with him because he died within a year of her running away with him. Wow. And I think she finally passed away in her 80s. So if she was 16, so in the 70s or the 1950s, 60s, 1970s, she lived to be for a really long time. Yeah. And never had any children.
Never had none.
So then there you go, another line just ends.
Right. Exactly. And that's why, you was talking about that album you found. And a lot of times I think that is what happens. I think the line does eventually die out because, think about it, we don't know. Well, I don't know my relatives from 3 generations ago. I don't know them all. Might know a few of them. Might have heard their name.
3 generations ago. So mom, my grandpa, so my great grandparents.
Yeah, your great grandparents. Because I don't know them.
None of mine were living, but
And that's why I was getting ready to say none of mine were living by the time
my kids had 6 great grandparents living when they were born.
What?
Hmm.
Holy cow! You got some longevity there.
Yeah, Kathy. Quantra was quite a character. That's a nice word for him. So we were not. I'm not related to him. Just somebody I was related to married him.
Oh,
So
we're traveling.
I mean, and that's why it's really fun. The history, yeah, right. The history, genealogy of the United States. It's just really intriguing.
It is.
And then the next generation, they wonder why we do things, or wonder why things are named after something, or where that name came from. And you're like, wait, that makes total sense because of so and so. So yeah, Quantrill's Raiders.
I was reading what Lucinda had written, that she had family members that were traveling across the U.S. and the fort got raided by the Native Americans. They were taken away for about 5 years and lived with the tribe. A lot of times that happened.
So many frontiers families
Yes
got taken by tribal in the middle of because that was the other, I was watching the Frontiers series, and they had like Daniel Boone and Davy Crockett and Lewis and Clark, and then they had Kit Carson, because we have Kit Carson County here in Colorado, so that was named after him and his work that he did.
Of course, it's okay. You're a free person. You can do what you want. DNA. They also use the DNA in a database to find criminals. Yeah.
Well, there's that. You know what, though? In my opinion, if I know I have nothing to hide, I'm not concerned about it.
See, that's me neither. I was gonna say I wouldn't be concerned about that, but.
And Kathy said she had 2. I don't know. Oh, yeah. Okay.
She had 2 what?
I don't know what it was referring to, a comment.
Okay, wait a minute.
Yes, and somebody else was telling me they're waiting for their Indian ancestry to pop up. That and
what?
There's a lot of other multicultural families that pop up.
Yeah.
That you don't realize just because of the color of your skin.
That's right.
What other cultures you have that are in your ancestry.
Exactly right. Lucinda saying, then there's a relation to the stable keeper for President George Washington in Virginia. Then Kathy says,
oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
I think I heard there's some sort of website too now. So, they have the whole DNA, they have the ancestry thing. So you can trace your ancestry and find out where you come from. But then there's something I heard about recently, makes you a bit nervous. Geneva.
Geneva. We always knew.
All right. You're a ride and die. Paul and I'll come bail you out. Not a problem.
That's right. We got you.
Where you can put in, I can put in my name and you can put in your name, and we can find out how we're related.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's cool too.
There's an app or a website out there like that now too.
See, that's
I'm
amazing.
that would be intriguing to me.
That would, yeah.
More like, 6 degrees of separation, or what's that term?
That's right.
Yeah. That would be interesting to me.
Yeah, it would. Yeah, they've come a long ways with that stuff, I know.
Mm-hmm. Because there's another couple that I watch on YouTube. They do a vintage upcycling shop in Utah. They're both Mormons. They've done the DNA stuff, and they put themselves in that thing. They're 9th cousins.
Oh, wow.
Mm-hmm.
How about that?
I was like, wow. That's not close enough for marriage that it's a problem.
No.
But it's still pretty close.
Yeah, it's getting there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know, probably the majority of my relatives were not even on this continent when your relatives were here. That kind of a thing. So we wouldn't be nearly as related.
Right. So.
And yes, I think that's right as well. It's not nearly as unusual as we think it is to be so closely related.
No, I don't think so either.
Mm-hmm. But yes, the Mormon Latter-day Saints has a large, awesome database. Yeah. A lot of information. If you're a serious genealogist person, really digging for certain things, that is one of the places to go.
Huh.
So.
Well, that's cool. Very interesting.
You know,
Yeah.
but talking about how things were named after stuff
Yeah.
that our kids won't realize and understand why they're connected.
Right.
Or like what a term is. Why do we call this such and such?
Mm-hmm.
And there's always a reason for what it is, other than just a random assignment of a word.
Yeah.
So in the 90s, oh, she did that in the 90s. Yeah. Well, I remember my mom doing the genealogy in the 90s. She'd have pages just taped together and rolled out, like long rolls of paper, to try and get all the connections. And one branch here and then another branch on another roll, and then they'll all be scotch taped together. And yeah,
that's amazing. She did all that
before all the computer stuff. They all did it by hand.
Yeah.
So
Kathy's got relatives related on my mom's side and my dad's side.
Wow.
Yeah. Interesting.
Well, yeah, I mean, like my grandfather, okay, let's see how we say this right. So my grandma and my grandpa married each other's sister and brother. So my grandma married my grandma's brother, married my grandpa's sister. So two families, the boy married a girl and the girl married the boy, siblings.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
And then my mom is part of that, where they're double cousins. So you don't have 4 sets of grandparents that way. The cousins don't, the next generation don't, because they have the same grandparents.
True. That's true.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
And then they're double related.
Right.
Because their aunt and uncle is also their aunt and uncle on each side.
Yep. Now that's twisted.
Yeah.
She's got over 11,000 people listed on her tree.
And it's a full-time job doing that research.
Well, I would think so.
Mm-hmm. Because that's right, double cousins, but it's okay. Well, yes, double cousins in the right way, because your parents siblings are married to each other.
Yeah, that's.
What was I going to say? Oh, because in the Sons of Norway in the lodge, they have a lot of genealogy research available as well. But it's like got its own language, and if you're not in it and using it all the time, you can get lost really fast, and you have to just get caught back up again to understand the verbiage and the connections and everything. So
one generation back, my grandma's siblings married 3 siblings of another family.
Oh, wow. Yeah. I don't remember that one. Jeez. Well, because they were such big families, and they lived in little bitty farm valleys. They all went to school together or church together.
Yeah, I mean, I could see that happen very easily.
And you married, who you were close to.
Yeah. Yeah, because they didn't get out and, and travel and all that. It's within probably 10, 15 miles,
Yep.
Not like grandpa's scenario.
Yep. Because everybody, it was so, that's all they did was go to school, church, and work on the farm.
That's all they
did.
Mm-hmm.
So
think about it. Back then, a lot of people didn't move away from home.
Mm-hmm.
If they did, it wasn't very far. So finding somebody to marry that was related to were quite a bit higher. True. That
is true also. Yeah. Because my grandparents' generation was the first generation that basically moved out of. So 100 years of them coming over from Norway and farming and homesteading.
Mm-hmm.
And my grandpa's generation was the first one to start going other places.
Wow. whatever Mama Marie's talking about, it's not for the chat. She'll tell you later. Parents were so strict that the siblings had to date together. Right.
Oh, well, I mean, there's still a lot about that too, but
yeah. That's true. Yeah, that happened also.
I mean,
so
I think
they was introduced to other siblings,
Yeah. I mean, because my mom is two. She has her and her sister. My dad is him and his sister.
Oh.
And their parents are all one of 10 to 14.
Exactly. Yep. Exactly.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And we have 3 kids. That's out of the norm,
Mm-hmm.
for our generation even.
Yes.
So.
Yeah, but if you think about it, that is the way it was done. They kept having kids to help work on the farm.
Yep.
I mean, that, and they didn't know what was causing it.
Well, and it was cheaper to make your own labor than to pay for it.
Exactly. That's exactly right.
3 connected countries. Yeah. I mean, mine, that's
Counties.
where the majority of mine are all Norway, Sweden. I'm 90% Norwegian and Swedish. And the rest of it is weird little 1%, but all in that surrounding area.
Right.
So.
Yeah, she's saying all hers stayed in 3 connected counties. That's really
counties.
close. Yeah.
I read countries because my eyes are tired.
That's okay. We'll help you.
Right, Geneva.
Thought I was one of 7, but I'm actually one of 8. There you go. Then there's that, Geneva.
There's that.
Yep.
I mean, yeah, you just don't know until you know. And it's still one of those things that generationally people don't talk about.
I know it.
Even though it's only been not even 50 years, 40 years ago.
Yeah.
They don't talk about that.
They don't want to talk about it. Mm-mm. They won't talk about it. Both of my mom and I had 3, and both of us lost 1. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
Yeah, there was one between. So my mom's the oldest. There was one in the middle, and then my aunt.
Oh, okay.
And then I'm the oldest one in the middle, and my brother.
Wow.
So you can imagine where my brain was for quite a while when I had.
No doubt. Yeah.
Caitlin.
No doubt. Yeah.
Yep. But yeah, but medicine and stuff has grown by leaps and bounds. So.
Oh yeah.
It's all those weird. Well, and then, my goodness sakes, you talk about genealogy, and then let's talk about generational things that happen from one generation to the next, to the next, to the next.
Yes.
That don't stop. That's even weirder to talk about.
That is.
That's something people don't like talking about either.
No, they don't.
You have a lost uncle.
My grandmother had, we haven't found any relatives for.
Huh. Did he just disappear, or?
Yeah. What do you mean by lost? I mean.
Did he? Because there people were known to just walk away.
A lot of times.
And just go start their life over somewhere, and you never found them back.
Right. Or maybe he was adopted out or something.
Or he died and they just didn't have the correct records for it.
True.
So you don't have that either. Adopted out.
Huh.
Wow. Because if that's far enough back, there's certain things that they just totally cut ties on.
Yes. Yeah. And they wouldn't reveal a lot of info way back when.
Yeah.
None, actually, no info, really. That's probably why you never found him.
Yeah. Have you seen pictures on the internet where they're like, I didn't know I had someone who looked like they find their identical twin practically, but they're not really related?
No, they're not related.
Those are kind of fun to see.
Yeah, that is.
I mean, you think about it, there's only so many combinations of chromosomes and features and such, but still.
Yeah. Huh.
It is crazy. The crazy, crazy world.
When he was adopted out, Kathy, the only thing I can think of is his last name has changed, obviously. So.
Yep. And they just change everything, and then you don't know what it's changed to, so there's no way to go looking for it.
Exactly. So there's no way to really find them, you know?
Well, lots of times they didn't want them to be found.
Right. That's what I mean. They didn't want them to be found. That's not.
But that's strange to be because of I'm assuming such a large family.
Yeah.
Then you wonder, then you're like, well, what happened? Why was this one sent out to be adopted?
Well, that's true. Yeah, there might be more story there than was ever told. And they took it to the grave. You never know.
Yeah. And they won't give it.
No, they won't.
Well, that's what we thought too, with lots of the stuff from my dad's side of the family, because we thought a lot of it might have been destroyed from the Civil War, because that's the area where where they'd lived for hundreds of years.
Right.
But when I started going back, some of it, there was a lot more on Ancestry.com than I even imagined. So,
I can imagine. Yeah.
so not nearly as much of it destroyed as I thought was destroyed. And I think it's just mostly because of the internet and all the information that's been processed and data that's out there now. Because I know my mom had a hard time finding that information before.
Right.
But now, I mean, that was, I don't know, 20, 30, 40 years ago when she was knee deep in genealogy.
Exactly.
That they didn't have the computer access like they do now. So.
Your sister in her 60s is now looking like my great aunt looked when she was 16. Looking like her. Like,
Yeah.
Okay. So why is that strange to you? If she's related? I don't know. Maybe I've lost something there.
I think it's because we're talking about how people looking like people that they're not related
gotcha.
to.
That's right. We were saying that. Yeah.
So yeah, there's certain times that people will all of a sudden look like they're relatives.
That's true.
Why.
Yeah.
Family Search has more records than Ancestry does. Yes, Kathy, I believe that when I went to the Sons of Norway conference, there was a representative there at the genealogy group from Family Search. One of the guys that created it was there, and we got this big packet of how to use it. So yeah.
Do you mean at 60? I think so. I think that's what she's saying. I think maybe she's just saying she had the features like the great aunt. I guess that's what she's meaning.
Yep, that makes sense too, Geneva.
Oh, look there. Yeah. A cemetery with a lot of the relatives in it.
Oh, yeah. Though they looked a lot alike before, and then as they aged, they didn't look alike. Yeah, I mean.
Yeah, when they had the floods, a lot of places did have the floods. I know even where I'm from, I remember my dad telling the story. They would have to go and rebury caskets, and if there was caskets left after a flood because they got washed up, and there would be bodies everywhere. And I was like, oh my God, what a job that would be.
Well, I mean, like New Orleans, I mean, obviously they had an issue before they figured out how to properly have a cemetery.
Exactly.
So it was something that they commonly had to figure out as they went along.
Yep.
So.
But as my aunt got older, they don't look alike. Huh.
Okay.
Interesting.
I got it. Yeah.
I understand what she's saying.
Yeah. So,
Interesting.
We should everybody bring a relative with you. Picture one.
Do what?
A show and tell.
That's right.
Picture.
That's
or
right.
your if
your
people
relatives.
talk about their dead, they have all these, the people who collect these vintage pictures, they just enjoy them because of the artistry and the photography and the clothing and all that stuff.
Exactly.
And you just make up stories about them if you don't know who
That's
they are.
why. Yep. So if you don't want to do the homework, Becky, I expect a good story.
I got enough. You see that?
You got enough, I know.
Yeah, it's going to get interesting when I get to the 12 days. Tell you what.
I know that's right. Now, when is that starting? That's in another
a week from Monday.
Week from Monday.
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha. This coming Saturday, I'm going to do one more Christmas sale.
Okay.
New stuff. And then Sunday, whatever Christmas I didn't get to tonight because of Becky, I'll sell then. I'm kidding, Becky. You know I'm joking. I love just having conversation with you. It doesn't matter to me. I just thought I'd pick one. So Sunday then I'll sell what Christmas I have still. And then we'll be ready for your 12 days because that'll be my last new sale stuff Saturday.
Okay.
New Christmas stuff I'm talking about.
Yeah.
About how many over the years have no burial records if they're cremated? True.
Mm-hmm. Well, in all these little bitty mountain towns here in
Yep.
Colorado, miners and railroad men and the frontiersmen and stuff like that. There's so much of it that there are no records of.
Eva,
Oh,
she was
yeah.
references. All that, Yeah, that's true.
I was not an English major. It's like my least favorite subject.
Right.
So, but, oh man. Yeah, just so many people that I'm sure that in the founding of our country,
Hmm.
the amount of people that just were killed in the raids or mining accidents or railroading, any of those, the building accidents and stuff like that. If they didn't have family or they were from somewhere that they didn't have somebody directly here with them,
Right.
they just disappeared.
Exactly. Yep.
Which would never fly nowadays. People would get in such an uproar over it.
Oh, yeah. They wouldn't be allowed to
But,
disappear,
mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
Microfilm. Oh. So you have to
Yeah.
know where and when you are looking in order to find legal records. Wow. How about that?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Not too. Hi, Peggy.
Hey, Peggy.
I
Good
have
to
a
see you.
friend of mine who used to work here in the local, the genealogy department of our public library, like
Uh-huh.
in the private records, where you could make requests to have
Oh, yeah.
copies made of those books and those records, but they weren't for public viewing because of the age and the delicacy of the document.
Oh, yeah.
So, but she moved to Pennsylvania, something like that.
Huh.
So I'm hoping she's still doing genealogy there because she really enjoyed it a lot. So,
Right. She probably is.
well, yeah. I'm sorry you didn't hear about that sooner. It's been a little while.
From what I understand, it was sudden.
Yeah, that's all. I mean, and there wasn't. People had linked her obituary,
Right.
but there wasn't much of any more description of what happened.
Yeah.
Through that. So
she's talking about Chris Rosselli.
Chris Rosselli, passed suddenly? What, in like September or October?
Yeah.
This year. She was just 60 years old.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Well, Peggy's still not feeling the best either.
Oh, goodness. She's been going back and forth to the hospital.
Well,
for heaven's sakes.
Hope you feel better soon.
Yeah.
Or at least get some relief. Make your stays further and further apart.
Right, exactly.
So we've just been kind of shooting the breeze and looking at old pictures, and that led to whole bunch of rabbit holes.
A rabbit hole. That was quite interesting, though, too.
Yeah.
So,
all right. Well, maybe because that's one of the things Mom did too for us. Well, she did a presentation on the West Virginia glass companies because she read the book that Dean Six did and wanted to understand how close they were. So she took a map and put pins in where all the companies were and saw how close together they were and how they were related. So then she did a whole presentation on it for our glass club.
Dang.
That was before 2020, I believe. So.
Yeah.
And if I haven't mentioned it before, she was a teacher for 20 some years. So
yeah,
right
her alley. Mm-hmm.
Yep, made the whole bulletin board presentation.
She was all into it. Yeah, we don't know.
Yeah, I have no other than just what I read in the paper. That was all I knew. I mean, I knew she was ironically, Eric that I've had on.
Yeah.
From Florida.
Mm-hmm.
His mother's hometown is where Chris lived. So, yeah. So I knew she was in a few chats with him, like the first time he was on with me, and she mentioned her hometown. He's like, "Oh, I know exactly where you are. Like I know where you live."
Right, right.
Because his mother,
And his mother lived
that's
there.
where he grew up, and his mother grew up. Yeah.
Right.
So, oh yeah, it takes longer to recover.
Yeah.
It takes longer to recover as we get older, unfortunately, too. So yeah.
Yeah, that's the bad part.
And you have to be a good patient, which is even more frustrating sometimes.
You can tell Becky will not be a good patient.
Well, I'm okay to a certain point, and then I'm just like, okay,
Look, I'm over
I'm
this.
really tired of this.
Yeah, I would think so.
Yeah. And then you do that same thing. You go out and do something and you exhaust yourself, and then it sets it back and it takes you
Yeah,
longer still.
sure does.
She said she had her booster shot and had reacted to it.
Oh,
Oh, wow.
oh goodness.
Well, that's more than I've heard.
Yeah, I
So,
was gonna say I hadn't even heard that. I see Kathy was saying that she wasn't feeling well and she was having migraines.
yeah, all I ever saw was that she had meetings and had to go back to work.
Right.
I know she worked a lot.
She did work a lot. Yeah.
So
She
that's
worked
all I
some
know.
long hours and had to get up really early of a morning. So
Yeah.
she had a
It
real
is. It's sad that
reaction to it.
it's always sad when somebody's a little bit younger than you anticipate them passing away.
Yeah. Because you just don't, I mean, I guess we all think we all should live, a real long, ripe life. And we
To
just never
infinity
promise.
and beyond.
Yes.
Hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, it's sad.
Well, and I just as for our lodge, somebody called and asked if we wanted some of their items from when they used to live in Norway. And they called me because I'm the current president.
Right.
And they're like, if you want them, we're moving next month. I said, I'll be down there tomorrow.
Becky's like, I'm on the way.
Yep. So, and it was really interesting because she wanted to sit and explain to me and tell me all about each item that was in 2.5 boxes.
Oh, God.
So, I mean, yeah, at first you're like, oh, okay. But at the same time, then it was like, oh, well, that's interesting to know. Well, how long were you there? What were you there for? And so he had been a School of Mines graduate and went over to Norway in 71 to 75 to help form and start an oil company in Norway. And so, and as a native born American, she went to the American Daughters meeting in Norway. And that was their social club. But they were just there for 5 years and then came back. So everything was almost 50 years old that she'd had and kept from Norway.
And she was just leaving it?
Well, she said they'd rather donate it to the lodge to benefit the lodge than to just go off and be auctioned off.
Right, that's true.
One of the local auction houses was going to come and get a bunch of their stuff because they were downsizing. They were both like 93 years old, 95, something like that.
Goodness.
I was like, wow. I wish hope I still get around that good at that age. So, yeah.
I think she passed away. Wasn't it like, I wanted to say, well, they're saying that someone asked her in October. I was thinking it was like October. She passed away in.
It was in the last 3 or 4 months.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think November is too late.
Yeah, November's too late. It was long before then. It was like September, October.
It was late September or early October.
Yeah. Yep, that's what that was.
I mean, I could go look, because they put it in one of the group chats, like sent out her obituary and where you could donate to and stuff. So
yeah,
I have that somewhere, but can't do it while I'm on.
Don't expect Becky to do any research for it. Just saying.
I can't while I'm live. I'll just be like frozen.
Oh, it was early October. Well, it had to been then right after that. I would guess, Peggy.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly. Hmm.
Oh, so I don't know. Maybe she
Maybe
might have had something going on she wasn't telling anybody about.
right. Yep. She might
But you
not.
just found out today? Wow.
Oh,
I mean,
wow.
I don't think it was a secret, but I think it circulated within the week or two right after she passed, and most everybody
New.
knew that was in the chats at that time period.
Right.
And I mean, obviously if you're, you can't catch all the chats and stuff.
No.
So, well, and there you go. See?
There you go. See? Thank you,
October 5th?
Cindy. Yep. I knew it had to be in October.
Yeah. Because it was after gala before we went to Texas.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah. Well.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
That's it. It's hard to get caught up on the YouTube world because
changes.
It changes so quickly. I totally understand, Peggy. Yeah.
I mean, Becky can go out of town for a few days and then she's felt like she's lost touch with everything.
I feel like I'm out of the loop. What happened?
Like, Paula, what's going on?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
There's always something coming and going and stuff, and you just can't keep track of it all because it's just so. We need a flow chart. Who you're allowed to talk to and who's doing what next and all that stuff. Because there's just so many people in and out of YouTube. It's kind of crazy.
Yes, it is.
You heard when Helen gave that reason.
Oh.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Gotcha. Well.
Yeah, I had just heard. I hadn't heard about it until probably a week later.
Yeah, that's
a couple days later, because I was already doing something or going somewhere. So
yeah.
So
yeah, they sure do.
And they do, right? I can't believe it's December already.
I know. That's what I was saying. Soon Christmas will be here. Then we're going to be right into a new year.
Mm-hmm. I mean, we all know 2020 was a year like no other. Like never, ever going to happen again. Hopefully ever again. It felt like time stood still.
Yes.
For a couple months there.
Yeah.
And it was like on slow motion for so long.
Yeah, that's because everybody was on lockdown. We couldn't do anything.
And now, like now it's better, but like even a year later, it felt like a normal routine still felt faster.
Yeah.
Than normal routines.
Yeah.
Before 2020 felt.
Right.
Because we just weren't used to doing things for so long.
Exactly.
And all of a sudden you're like, oh, it's overwhelming. And then I was thinking to myself, geez, I had 3 kids in 3 different schools with all the schedules that came with it.
Yeah.
Before this, and that wasn't overwhelming.
Right.
So it's just a whole different mindset now that we had that slowdown.
Oh. Sorry, Peggy. I'm sorry to hear that.
Wow.
Yeah. That's
terrible. Yeah. Wow. Well, how old was he, Peggy? I mean, I'm not to be nosy or anything.
He must have lived a long time.
Yeah. Well, and and everybody's got anniversaries for that stuff all over the place. You just don't know.
He was 91, see?
What people, wow.
He lived a nice long life.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Oh, sorry, Kathy. I didn't even know that. Sorry.
Exactly, Geneva. Goodness sakes. Let alone just.
It's true. So true.
Very true. Let alone just not realizing all of a sudden a week's gone.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. We're not promised anything. So that's what everybody needs to remember. Each day is a gift.
Yeah, that's what happens a lot, Peggy, unfortunately.
Yeah.
So, yeah, definitely we understand. So I'll be, not that it's as It is. It's this time of year. This time of year is tough no matter what. But
That's sad.
my
Katie.
dad, I think my dad will be gone 19 years this Christmas season.
Hmm.
He passed on the day before, on the 23rd.
Oh, Christmas? Before Christmas?
Yep. Yep. So we understand. We've, most of us have been there, lost
Yes.
one parent or another,
Yep.
or someone else. Not that we all are in the exact same situation, but we certainly can empathize.
Yeah.
On the flip side of that, we celebrated Mom's 80th birthday a couple weeks ago.
Which is a blessing.
And
right
that's it. I'm like, because people are like, wow, 80. I'm like, you know what? Especially after 2020, we just have to celebrate when we can celebrate, because
right.
and what we, any milestone is amazing, and there's no reason why we shouldn't celebrate it, because we've earned it,
Right, exactly.
So we've all survived.
Yeah, we made it so far.
Uh-huh.
We made it through that tough period, that's for sure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So
Oh,
it is.
yeah. Yep.
Yeah, but I can't. Yeah, I just can't believe too. We're coming up on 20 years. My dad.
Yeah. See, I was thinking about that when you said that, because my dad passed away in 2004. And that was, how many years has that been now? 10?
What did you say, 94?
No, 2004.
Oh, that's 18.
Yeah, 18 years. He's been gone.
Mm-hmm. And Jeff's mom said something about, oh, do you remember we had this for so-and-so's reception from such and such a service? And I was like, no. I did not remember the trays that we bought for that. Sorry.
Right.
That one did not stick in my memory. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a bad disease.
I mean, that's like I was saying. I had 6 grandparents living.
Yeah, I know when you said that.
When we started having kids.
Yeah.
So, I think Taylor was almost 2 when my mom's mom passed away.
Right.
So yeah, a lot. We had months there when the kids were in elementary school that we'd lost. We had 6 grandparents, 2 parents. I mean, we're pulling them out of the school right and left every 6 to 8 months to go to a funeral somewhere.
Right, exactly. It's like you kind of go through that period where there's a lot of deaths all at one time.
Mm-hmm. But we were younger. Wow. We were 24.
Hey, Tony.
So yeah, hi Tony. Good to see you. Yeah, we had a big age. Like my youngest to my oldest grandparents. One was 86 and one was 68. When Kari was born. Yeah, her youngest grandma was 68, and her great grandmother was 68, and her oldest great grandmother was 86.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yep.
Yep. And then you just lost them all. That's what I'm saying. That's usually how it goes too. You start, especially when to be that blessed to have grandparents, all 6 grandparents living at the time you start having your own children.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's a blessing right there.
Mm-hmm. Well, and then my mom's side of the family, they're one of 10, one of 12 each. So then you had all their siblings and all their spouses.
Right.
So there was a lot in that time period.
Yeah.
A lot.
Definitely.
So. But I think one of the ones that really stood out to me, which was kind of fun in a way, is my great uncle Olger. On the inside of his casket, they had somebody hand paint a farm scene with a John Deere tractor, and then his was it Guernseys? Is that the black and white cows?
Jerseys.
His cows in the pasture.
Oh,
Yeah, that was really
cool.
neat.
Oh,
Oh
wow.
wow. See, that's
That's
it.
fun.
There's for so many people who have then there's ones that are, so
Yeah.
way too soon.
Yes. Yeah, that's
But,
very young
mhm.
for heart disease. My goodness.
Tony, you're coming in on the tail end of an interesting conversation.
Yeah,
Tell you what, we've been all over the map tonight.
we sure have.
Yeah, Holsteins. That's what they were.
Oh, Holsteins. Okay.
Mom knows. I
Yeah.
forgot.
Yeah. Well, you tried to come up with a name. You were close because there is Jersey cows.
Yeah.
Sounds like it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So, but well, hey, it's getting late for you. It's almost
Yeah.
not. It's after 9:30 here for me.
Yep, it's 11:30 here. So
So give us a quick refresher. Where will you be? Where will you be next? That I won't interrupt.
next
You know,
Saturday when Becky's blocked out. I'm kidding. Next Saturday, I'm going to have the last Christmas sale of new items. And then Sunday, if Becky's available and going to buckle down and sell, we'll be selling on Sunday together.
throw me under the bus, Tony. I've been working hard all day.
Oh, me oh my. Poor
We
Becky.
should just, yeah, exactly. That was my dad's thing. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
If I have to. If I have to eat the last cookie, I will keep it so you don't have to.
If I have to.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's what's going to happen next week for me. What about you, Becky?
Well, I have my Tuesday regular sale.
Right.
And then a week next Monday, so the 12th, I start my 12 days of Christmas.
Okay.
Which
now you do that every single night?
I'm on every night at 8:00 Mountain Time, 10 Eastern Time.
Okay.
For 12 days in a row. So 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. So, I'll be done on the 23rd.
Okay.
So yeah, that's like my where I started doing lives on my channel a year ago. Where I just jumped in with both feet and said, if I can do this.
I was there with the waves. You're like, Pop, you think we can do this? I'm like, oh yeah, we can do this.
Then I can handle being live by myself. And I mean it turned out pretty good. So I've learned a lot since then. And I mean eBay. YouTube's been amazing for me for this last year. It's just been phenomenal.
Right.
That's right. A whole lot of Becky's coming in the 12 days. I think I remember, I mean, Tony, that's one of the first times you were there a lot was from that very beginning, which is amazing.
Yeah.
So, and Geneva too. There's a lot of people from because I was on several people's channels with live. So I got a little bit of how to do it.
Right.
And it was just jumping in and doing it myself. That was the big thing.
Right.
And so many people have been so supportive. It's been fantastic. Speaking of which, Chris was a big cheerleader back at the very beginning when I started. She was very much you can do it. Give Becky thumbs up.
Yep.
So, yeah.
She was for me too. She was like, Paula, you got to get a ring light. I remember when I was on with Jody. Jody and Christina.
Higher than your words, Papa.
Yes, and have to get higher. But she was like, you got to get a ring light. It's going to help you so much.
Mm-hmm.
So I got it, and I'm like, okay. What do you
thank
think?
you, Tony. Yeah, like, so one of the nights I have ideas for all the nights that I'm doing, but I think it's just I want it to be everybody just tune in so you can see what's going to be that day. And one of my days is going to be a thank you and some giving back to everybody that's helped support me. So I gotta get that finished. I have that, that idea formulating, percolating, and rolling around, and I want to get that all together for sure. So there's Edward. Hi.
Edward.
Yeah. Yeah, she was a good cheerleader for sure. Definitely in the beginning days, she was a very good cheerleader for our small
Yes.
channels.
Yeah.
So.
You outlasted both of the now. That's true.
Mm-hmm.
That's true, Miss Tony. You're right. Yeah.
You outlasted both of the now, Paul.
Both of them.
I don't know. Was there a word missing in there? Sorry, Tony. Maybe I'm just that tired. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it because
Hey, Midge.
it's just kind of fun. Now, my friend's like, you told me you'd never do that again. And I said, yeah, but
Yeah,
I've learned a
at
lot.
first
Hopefully
it
I
was a lot,
can, maybe I
know.
can make it work. I need to do some more prep. Now that stuff's done in there, I need to do a little prepping out here. And I think that will,
I remember you telling me it was the wrapping of all those individual weights. I'm like, that's a lot of wrapping. I remember when you selling them, I was like, oh God, that's gonna be a lot of
oh, and
wrapping.
you know what Mom said? She's like, do you think we can get that box of weights out of my garage? I said, yeah, I think that we
Right?
probably can. Hopefully between snowstorms. But yeah, I mean that's it. There's a lot of channels that are taking breaks. They're
Oh yeah.
taking
Yeah.
especially from Thanksgiving all the way into New Year's. So
Yeah.
I mhm. How long do I intend to go each night? Mom, we're fly by the seat of our pants around.
Yeah, I was gonna say it depends. Sometimes she hits that 2 hour mark. Other times we might go a little over.
Mm-hmm.
It depends.
Got it.
It
Got
is
it.
them, not the.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, if it's going really good, the problem will be I'll probably have to take a little restroom break and come right back over and finish up. But
That's fine.
that's the only biggest drawback I find to being
We
by
could get
myself.
Jeff to get you a potty chair out there. We could do that. You could turn the radio on or something,
Well, all my good friends, call me when I'm in the bathroom. So it wouldn't
Every
be
time.
anything new.
Isn't that the truth? That's when everybody does call. It's when you're in the bathroom every time.
Every single time.
Phone's going off, of course. Where am I? Either headed to the restroom or I'm in the restroom.
Right. Now, Steven, on the other hand, I'll say, I'm going into the bathroom. I'll call you back.
He's like, I'm out.
Yep. And Barb's like, yeah, okay, so whatever. As long as they're not on speaker, they don't care. So
Right.
yeah, it would be fun to be able to hear some updates on what people are up to too, because I just see a lot of people in the chat. So when I'm live, I don't get to ask a lot of questions and see what's on. And there's so many other places to go right now that we don't see each other talking as much, I think, as a year ago.
That's true.
So
everybody's busy, going here, going there. It's true.
Yeah. So it'll be fun. It'll be a challenge, but it'll be good.
It'll be good though. I think it'll be just fine.
Yeah. So, I mean, I've thought about trying to make it really not complicated, but adding things to it. And I'm like, it might just be easier just to keep it simple.
Keep it simple.
Yeah. I know I can do what I can do.
Right.
And beyond that, adding too much more complication to it is probably not worth the hassle at this point, especially this time of year. But
right. And Mama's got enough to do. You've done put her on the homework. So
right. We should just, she asked if we could do another sale with her fused glass. So we might try and do that in January. So, and that's easier to do just at her house because it's all, like we did that in her kitchen last time. And let's see.
That will work.
Exactly. What are you calling me, Geneva?
Keep it simple, stupid.
How about sister?
Keep it simple, sister. She don't want to be called stupid. I know. I thought of that saying, but I wasn't going to call her stupid. That's why I didn't, Geneva.
Paula knew better.
I know not to call her stupid. I'm like, I'm not going to call her stupid.
And then Steven, because he's been going on the 4th Tuesdays of the month for me. So that's right after Christmas.
Ooh,
so he's like, I'm good with that. So he's enjoying being there. He's got like 9 or 10 videos up. He's
Good.
close to 50 some or over 50 subs now. So he's
Right, Edward.
really working on his end of trying to get his channel going. So, well, Ma, we could try that if you want. We did that once and I started showing people. She's like, "What are you showing them? You're not allowed to show them that shelf." So
That's funny.
We could do it. We could do glass from Mom's house. I'm sure everybody would enjoy that. So
Heck yeah.
yeah.
That would be good.
So I mean, and she knows all the things and all the stuffs about her glass. So
Right. That would be a nice that would be a nice conversation.
Yeah. So I'm sure we have some fun, good ideas, coming for next year like that between, what people are interested in doing. Even Eric is starting his YouTube channel, which he's been
is he?
talking about now and for an entire year. He's
Right.
going to have a sale. He's going to have a sale on his channel Monday night.
Oh, he is.
A first live one on his. I think he's done 2 or 3 with me.
Right. He has a couple. Yeah.
So he's going to have a sale on his channel Monday night. So if I'm not mistaken, I'll have to find it and put it out somewhere on Instagram or something. But
yeah.
The name of his channel is the Glass Emergency Hotline.
That's his channel?
Yes.
Okay. The Glass Emergency Hotline.
Yeah. That's kind of a running joke between several of us that do all the shows together and stuff. When we call each other, they're like, Glass Emergency Hotline, flat tire division, that kind of stuff. Just for, you got to keep it funny.
Yeah, I was going to say, and it's a catchy title.
So he's going with that, and he really wants to do a lot of education and history of the glass companies, the glass formulas, the molds, all that kind of stuff. So he's kind of going in a whole different direction as well.
Right. That's
so cool. And he's done enough by him, with me that I'm like, look, he's already planning and doing his own thing. So we're letting him, jump out of the nest and do that.
Just kind of push him out. They go, Eric, fly.
Exactly. So yeah, some fun stuff coming up.
That's good.
So, and then we'll have a couple months before we do another in-person show, which I don't think is until mid to late March. So we'll have some.
That's good.
Have some time to do some brainstorming and get some other stuff going. So yeah.
Well, good.
It's not a bad thing to have a little bit of a break, but
no.
I'm like, I understand why people are taking a hiatus. However,
right.
There's a lot of people out there, I think, too, that still needs something to go to. And I feel like that it's a good place and a space for me to be in.
Yes.
So, and I enjoy their company immensely. So
yes,
I think it'll be fun.
Perfect. So. I think
it'll
be lovely.
Exactly. So
that's true. Very true.
Yeah. Yep. So we're gonna have to do some logistics and planning out as to, because I can't just do it can't just be back to back. It just needs to be spread out a little bit, just for everyone's sanity and their pocketbooks and
and I think
all the things
that helps, to spread it out a little bit. I mean, I understand everyone's trying to sell, but I'm kind of like you too. You got to kind of break it up some.
Oh yeah. Yeah, Mom brought lots of her fused glass to the last couple conventions, and lots of people like them too, Tony. They are really fun.
Welcome.
So. Thanks, Jeff. I wonder, we should, if we find it, I'm going to have to do like a little Instagram post and tag his channel on it, because I can't link on Instagram though. Maybe I can do one on the community post on YouTube. Because I can put a link in that. Right, you could do that. That way you could get. He is a character. If you didn't, he used to work for Disney. So Eric he's got all sorts of facets to his character. Interesting. We were driving back from Texas from the wedding. It was on speakerphone, obviously, because when you're driving, it's just easier.
Yes.
And him and Jeff are having this whole long conversation back and forth. And he's like, okay, goodbye, best friend Jeff. Talk to you later. Like, bye.
Besties, just like that.
Good to talk to you too, Eric. See you later.
Right.
Yeah,
That's good.
He's a good guy.
Yeah, he is.
So yeah, I think there's just a lot that'll be coming up that'll be really fun to see everybody at. So
Absolutely. I agree.
Okay. Well,
All right, so I'm going to end it for tonight, guys. Sorry I didn't get to sell you anything because of Becky. Just remember that. It's all Becky.
yes. So I hear multiple times. Love you too, Paula.
I'm teasing. No, it doesn't bother me to sit and talk with Becky in the chat and not sell. I don't think we have to sell all the time.
No, I was just thinking as we're doing this, so maybe we should just have like once a month or something that we just have a chat instead of, a live, because I think that's just as valuable, honestly.
I think it is too. I think it is.
Yeah.
Y'all have to let us know.
Right, Tony? Play it back on 2 times the speed. It'll be super entertaining.
He's going to play it back. Wow, that'll be interesting, Tony.
All right. Good night, Peggy. Hope you keep feeling better.
Yeah, feel better, Peggy.
So.
All right, everybody. I'm going to tell you good night and hope to see you next Saturday. So twice as much later. That's right, Miss.
I'll see y'all Tuesday.
All right. See you Tuesday.
Bye, guys. Thanks, Paula.
Yep. Thank you. As usual.
There we go. Geneva got the link in. Good job.